Good evening, sports fans. Lander Tiger football is on the air. This is Ernie over along with Shawn from Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander, where the hometown Tigers are about to face the Wolves from Green River. And Shawn, as we were talking earlier, this is going to be quite an interesting matchup. We have two new systems, two new coaches, and a bunch of inexperienced kids out there.
Oh my goodness, the amount of inexperience showed a little bit last week. Of course, you're playing against Cody last week, but today I think we're going to get a little bit more of an even field as far as offense and defense goes. Green River is no Cody Bronx, and Lander, I think they saw a lot in themselves last week, a little bit that they were proud of, a little bit that they may not have been. I do have an interview with Coach Burton that was kind of short. He kind of touched on it a little bit. They learned a lot about themselves last week, and they hope they can put it on the field this week.
Well, that's why you play a 0-week game. You want to find out where your strengths and where your weaknesses are, and the Tigers certainly found that out.
Yes, they did.
Let's hear from Coach Burton here as soon as you're ready to do that. The Lander Valley Tigers have a 3-game winning streak over the Green River Wolves. Last year, Lander won the game 44-16, and Green River only won 2 out of 9 games. And the all-time record, Lander has won 15 against Green River. They've lost 10, and there's been 1 tie since 1948.
And here is the interview I just got with Coach Burton before we came on the air. Coach, so I know Cody was a tough game, but what did you learn from that game that you're going to instill in today's game?
Just, sense of urgency, get going, get lined up, get everything going, and then just make sure we finish things. Finish drives, finish plays. It's just, the basics of football, right? Fundamentals.
Your defense got off to a super strong start last week. We thought that was probably the best quarter that we've seen. Obviously, we've only seen 1 quarter at that time, but that was the best quarter of the game last year. You got 2 interceptions back-to-back pretty much. How's the defense going to be able to turn into offense today?
Big thing, again, we got to look for turnovers, and then once we get the ball in offense, we got to capitalize on that. Last week we had an issue. We tried to take a shot, and we turned it right back over. So little Uncle Mo kind of caught us there, and then it kind of ran away with us.
A lot of inside runs last week. I'm sure Green River watched filmed. Are you going to be running as inside as much as you were, or outside today?
Oh, inside, definitely. That's who we are.
That's who we are? Okay. Also, new coach over there, Christensen. So we got a battle of 2 first-time head coaches, or new head coaches, I should say, not first time. Do you know what that Coach Christensen's offense or defense is even going to be close to looking like?
Defense looks actually kind of similar to ours, and offense, so far on film, they've been kind of a lot of unbalanced, kind of Lenhard-esque, Again, he came from that system, so.
Last question. I know we had 3 quarterbacks this week. Are we going to stick with one, or are we going to see what everyone's made out of again?
Bodie will start.
Awesome. That's all I need to hear. Thanks. So you heard him. We're going to be inside running just as much, if not more, as last week. And if you watched our stream last week, or you heard us on 93.1 KFCW, you know that those inside runs weren't getting nearly as much production as I think Coach Burton thought that they might.
Well, Coach Burton, in the very beginning of your interview, said something that was very important. He said getting kids in position at the right time. Cody runs a real fast offense. I mean, as soon as the play's over, they're lined up ready to go for the next one. And the Tigers weren't used to that kind of speed to get their offense set up or their defense set up. So I think it'll be a little bit better tonight.
I think so too, and I also think with 1 week of real games underneath their belt, and they were playing against, again, Cody, so they have really good experience right off the bat. They're not playing some JV team to start off the season, and now they're trying to face against a varsity. They played the varsity of varsity teams, and I think that gave them a little bit of a better mirror to look at themselves, and I think they're going to use that a lot today. And if anything, that leads right into our Lander Journal Keys to the Game, brought to you, of course, by the Lander Journal newspaper. You can start or continue your subscription today at 421 East Main Street. As you might be able to hear, it's a little windy today, so the run game might actually work in their favor. I have a feeling that if they run the ball inside like they did a lot last week, that they're going to have to get a couple more blocks to work. So that goes back to what Coach Burton just said. They're going to have to get guys in position and get them in position a little bit better right off the bat. They need to have some explosive runs, maybe an explosive pass or two. They don't want to sit down and look at 3 and outs for the first quarter like they were last week, because then that gives Green River the momentum, that gives Green River the advantage, and it takes all the breath out of the stadium, which, you know, you're defending your home turf for the first time. You want as many screams and as much breath in the stadium as you can have it.
And the stadium is starting to fill up here on the Lander Valley Tigers side. A lot of folks coming in. We'll have the high school pep band here tonight. First time we'll hear them. And we've got about 73 degrees in Lander right now. Wind is coming out of the southwest at about 15 miles per hour, as you can probably hear in the background. It'll be a little windy, which Shawn said may benefit the Tigers' running game. And we'll be back with a look at more of our Hampton Inn pregame show right after we listen to this.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degree.
Back again at the Bill Bush Memorial Stadium at Lander Valley High School. It is a gorgeous night for high school football. We have a little bit of wind. Temperature is about 75 degrees. The flags out in the outfield here outside by the scoreboard are stretched straight out.
Yes,
so we do have some nice wind going on. The two captains from each team, Lander has won the toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half, and the Tigers are going to defend the north goal here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium.
And with just the little bit of time we have left, I do want to get into our Sutherland starting lineups. Remember that for all of your home improvement needs, whether it's the hammer, the nail, the wood, or anything in between, be sure to visit Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard. So on offense here, we have the same quarterback under center. It's Bodie Moffitt. He's going to be in front of running back Braden Baker, who's taken over the starting role from Caden Rowan last week. Hunter Smith Velarde going to be on his left. Braden Johnson Baker going to be on his right. Braden Johnson Baker and Braden Baker are two different people. We have to remember that. Bryce Mason, the wide receiver, starting on the right. Juan Rivera starting on the left. Left tackle Tristan Osborne. Left guard Zyme Cabrialis. Center Caleb Hamilton. Right guard Gavin Romer. And right tackle Cody Phillips. We'll get right back with the Sutherland starting lineup right after the national anthem. Pretty good rendition, Ernie. That was a pretty good one.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Let's rush through the defense here for Lander. Starting at corner is going to be Bodie Moffitt, and the strong end is going to be Bryce Mason. The other side corner is going to be Parker Burton, our Papa Murphy's player of the game last week, and Braden Johnson Baker on the weekend. And your two DTs are going to be Tristan Osborne and Caleb Hamilton. Your stud linebackers are going to be Hunter Smith Velarde and Zyme Cabrialis, with the other linebacker being Caden Rowan and the bandit being Braden Baker. And then your free safety is going to be Joel Jubber, a name we called quite a bit last week, Ernie. And we didn't get a Green River roster, so we're just kind of going to go ahead. I see a lot of numbers out on the field. They have pretty similar jerseys to Lander's away jerseys, the white with the bit of green on it. But we're going to get right out of the Sutherland starting lineup and our Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show and head right into our WYO Today scoreboard here. Brought to you, of course, by WYO Today Radio Networks, where, Ernie, we are fully moved into the new building.
Yeah, we certainly are. The radio station's now at the Ranger. And tell you what, we're very excited about that move. We've got everyone in one building now. That's just going to be a great opportunity for the Tigers. And looking at our defense now for the Tigers, queuing up the football and getting ready to punt it away. Let's see, who do we have out there? 34, Braden Baker. Braden Baker, and we have a player holding the tee, and I think that is number 1 out there, Braden Johnson Baker. So Baker and Baker. Tigers, hear the whistle, here's the snap, the kick, a high end-over-end kick comes down and bounces, picked up at the 5-yard line, and is smothered right there at the 10. Only a 5-yard gain on the play, and for the Green River Wolves, that was number 20, Caden Steen, a 5'7", 145-pound senior. So now the Tigers are going to come out on defense. They had a really great start against the Cody Broncs, as you said, Shawn, picking off 2 passes right away in that football game up at Cody.
Yeah, there was a touchdown in between them, but they really did feel like they were back-to-back because of how quickly Cody moved. It wasn't very long between Bodie Moffitt's interception and then Hunter Velarde's interception.
So the Green River Wolves take over first down, 10 yards to go. They're at the 11-yard line, or I should say the Green River Wolves take over at the 11-yard line. Here's a pass, shovel off to the right side. Carrying the football is Jackson Gomez, and Gomez makes it past the line of scrimmage, picks up about 5 yards out to the 16-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play for Gomez.
Yeah, that was a good pitch backwards. It just got swallowed up really quickly by Lander. Good job on the run defense there.
So Gomez gets the first carry for the Green River Wolves. He wears jersey number 10. And boy, this wind is going to be something else tonight here.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun to call in. You're going to have to cover your microphone, and then you got all your papers here that I know are going to fly away at least once.
Okay, here come the Green River Wolves. Second down. They need a long 4 to go, maybe 5 yards to play for the first down. And we have a timeout called already by the Green River Wolves. That's kind of unusual.
That is unusual. I feel like that is something that he saw in the defense that maybe he was a little afraid of. Could have ended in a sack, fumble, interception, something bad like that. We'll take a quick timeout with him as we're going to try and set up the wind a little differently here.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber.
Well, first quarter of play, Green River had taken a timeout after their first play. Under center is the quarterback. There's the snap, handoff off to the left side. He's got some running room. First down carry across the 20, 25 to about the 27, 28-yard line. First down, that was Gomez again.
Yeah, that was Gomez again, and he ran to the same side. He just had a little bit more running room in front of him, and he had some good blockers there with him. The scoreboard operator didn't know whether to start or stop it, so we stopped it with him, and now we're back to a running clock here. 10:50 to go in this first quarter.
12-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, only 2 plays, and they got 15 yards, give or take.
And a first down. Okay, underneath center is Poigny, the quarterback. Man in motion, now stops in the slot. 2 men behind the backfield. There's Gomez again. Another big, strong run off that left side across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's going to be an 8-yard gain.
You know, with how much I know they run in practice, you'd think that they would swallow up the holes on the inside just a little bit better. They have the size, it looks like at least. They definitely have the size on the line compared to Green River, but Green River's just forcing holes to get open.
Yeah, they sure are.
And they're doing it all with this same formation here, this I formation.
Second down, 2 yards to go. 1 man in the slot. Pointy puts him in motion now, moves to the other side. There's the snap, handoff straight up the middle, and it's stuffed. Nice play that time by the Tigers defense. And coming in there, is that 37? It's kind of hard to see the number.
No, that was Joel Jubber who came in and laid a good hit on him.
87.
81.
Oh, 81, yeah.
Yeah, but Joel Jubber came out, and man, he just put a good lick on him right there. And now Caden Rowan's coming off the field. I didn't see who came in for him. I think 34 did.
Big defensive play here for the Tigers. Hash mark far side. Third down, 1 yard to go. The quarterback, Pointy, comes out. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the right side. It's still in the I formation. 1 man in the slot to the left. Now in motion. Stops. There's the snap. Handoff comes to Gomez. And no, not to Gomez. That is a new player out there for Green River, Garrett Smith. And he makes the first down. He powers across the 40 to about the 41-yard line.
You know, I think at first glance it did look like him, but that was Gomez that made it up to the front there.
Was it Gomez? Gain of 4 on the play. He already has 5 carries and 30 yards.
Yeah, they faked the handoff to number 14, Adrian Ruiz, and got that first down that they needed so badly.
8:46 to go, first period of play. No score here in Lander. The Green River Wolves and the Lander Tigers. Poigny back in shotgun formation, throws it up in the air. It's caught, but the ball gets loose. And is that going to be a fumble?
I think that's going to be an incomplete pass.
No, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. The receiver barely got a hand on it and brought it down, and it popped out right away. Good call. And it is second down, 10 yards to go from the 41-yard line.
Really good job by number 54 to get in there and get that breakup. That would be Jackson Conder. he came in there and he knew where that ball was going, so he stayed on Gomez. And as soon as that ball came near him, he wrapped him up, which is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Hash mark far side. Football at the 41-yard line. Back in shotgun formation is Poigny. There's the snap. He carries it himself to the left side. Collared and brought down for maybe a gain of a yard. Really good defensive pursuit on that play, Shawn.
Yeah, it really was. And I believe I
think it was Johnson Baker, or Braden Johnson Baker, number 1, who might have made that tackle. I'm not sure.
It was. You're completely correct, and that was really good momentum-stopping drive there because he had room in front of him. The only guy that could get him was Braden Johnson Baker, who was behind him, and he was able to just dive up and get him. And I'd be remiss to say we are the only ones not wearing black around here. It's their blackout game, so the entire student section's wearing all black, the band's wearing all black, and now it's 3rd and 8, Ernie.
Here we go, big defensive play for the Tigers, and we might have someone outside. The ball is fumbled all the way back. Loss on the play, and he gets away. The quarterback gets away. He's at the 40, the 45. Oh, the Tigers could have had him back for a 20-yard loss. He's still going, still on his feet at the 40, the 35, and the ball's knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A big first down for the Green River Wolves. Holy cow. Talk about you gotta complete your tackles.
He was dead to rights, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He ends up turning around, running to the left, breaking 2 or 3 tackles on the way. He just got a 20-yard gain on what should have been a 15-yard loss.
Yeah, it was the Tigers just didn't wrap him up. So we have timeout on the field. We'll be back. 7:25 to go. No score.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit
1st and 10 at the Lander 36-yard line. Green River moving back to new quarterback, hands off to Gomez. Gomez bounces off a couple of players and gets about 4 yards on the play. New quarterback was Mac Hintz, wearing number 8. Poigny was the quarterback on number 6.
And now he goes to the sideline, and he's getting a new play, so he's going to stay in at quarterback. I wonder what caused this change. I don't know if it was the fumble, but the run after the fumble of the quarterback had to have earned him at least one more series or something, right?
Exactly. Clock moving under 7 minutes now. First period of play. Wide receivers split out. Twins on the right-hand side in the I formation. One man in the slot. Under center is the new quarterback. Long count. There's a snap. He dropped the ball. It's on the ground. Recovered by Green River's Dallin Racine.
Boy, that was close. I saw Braden Johnson Baker dive on it right as Gomez got onto it. And, man, that would have been Braden's if he had just jumped a half second faster.
Yeah, the loss is back to the 36-yard line, so that's a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it will be 3rd down now, and just about 10 yards to go.
And this is going to be an interesting play call from Green River here. We haven't really seen them try and do anything pass-wise other than the screen that got broken up by Lander's defense. So see if they stick with the run here.
Wide receiver out wide to the right. One off to the left, one in the slot. Here's the quarterback, play action pass, throws, caught downfield at the 25-yard line and out of bounds goes Adrian Ruiz. First pass completion of the day.
And that was, I think, good for a first down. Oh, they're going to give him only 9 yards. Oh, now they are giving it to him. So the referee had a little bit of a change of heart on the spot of the play here. So it's going to be first down inside the...
well, it's going to be down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, you know, they'll get in the red zone here if they get 6 more yards, but the red zone defense from Lander Valley against Cody was nothing to write home about. I'm excited to see if they can stop something here.
Okay, first down and 10 for the Wolves, now on the near side of the field. There's the handoff to Gomez, straight up.
Oof.
Oh, 2 tacklers get him right there after a couple of yards.
Dang, what a hit there. 58 and Braden Johnson-Baker, they just collided. That'd be Zyme Cabrialis, and he just collided with his own teammate with Gomez right in the middle like a sandwich.
Yeah, Gomez now has got 38 yards on 7 carries. He's the workhorse for this Green River Wolf football team.
He definitely is. And, you know, we noticed it a little earlier just looking across. Green River brought quite a few fans, but now we have some Green River fans sitting up here with us. So we don't know who we're sitting by.
Yeah, everyone's in green tonight.
Yeah, green and white, that's all you need to wear, green and black.
5.5 minutes to go. First period of play, no score. Green River a yard away from the red zone. There's the
quarterback sneak.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a quarterback sneak. I think he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, depends on the mark. And they're going to put him right at the 25-yard line, so that's a loss of 3 yards on the play by the quarterback, Racine.
He just ran right into a pile of bodies there, and he couldn't move forward anymore. So
2 carries, 7 yards in losses. So the Tigers here, third down. This is a big play, Shawn.
This is a big play, just like that last third down was a big play, and Lander did really well. It was just a freak play that actually worked for Green River after a fumble. Let's see if they can get it done this time.
Back in the shotgun formation is the quarterback, Hintz.
Good rush.
Back to pass. There's the pass downfield. It's caught. And the Gomez has it, but he's pulled down short of the first down. He's going to be at the 20-yard line. That'll be a pass of about 6-7 yards on the play. Second completion. We're going to give him 6 yards on the play. And that was Gomez who got it.
I thought he went out of bounds as well, but they're calling this, they stuck inbounds. And that was a really good pass by number 8, Max Hintz.
Yep.
Because he had 3 or 4 green jerseys ready to land on top of him, and he got rid of it just in time, off his back foot, too. That's a very difficult pass to pull off.
Yeah, it sure is. And our original quarterback, Poigny, is now out on the left wing, and we have a timeout. 3:49 to go, first period of play. No score, Lander and Green River. It's a big fourth down coming up.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Well, the wind has died down a little bit here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander. You're listening to the broadcast of the Lander Tigers on KFCW 93.1. No score in the game. Big fourth down play. Green River took a timeout. Their second of the first period. They only have one left. And now a new Hintz goes under center for the Green River Wolves.
Getting loud
Twin
here.
receivers on each side. And he goes back now into shotgun formation.
I don't know if that was a real audible or not, but now he's in shotgun. That's different.
He rolls to his left-hand side, looking downfield. It's intercepted and dropped. Lander will take over on downs.
That would have been Bodie Moffitt's second interception of the season if he didn't get grabbed by the wide receiver who was looking for the ball as well. He got grabbed by the face mask from behind. Good job by Bodie Moffitt to break that up.
So we have Bodie Moffitt coming out for the Tigers. Boy, this wind is tough. Okay, here we go.
You're the only one that's tough enough to deal with it, Ernie.
Moffitt has the Tigers in a huddle.
And you know, that with all things said and done on that drive, took up nearly 9 minutes, but they didn't get any score. That's good on Lander's defense.
So the Lander Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, just as good as a punt. Here's the fumble on the play, and I believe Lander's Moffitt covered it. Real bad. You know, they had that problem in Cody.
They did.
Real bad handoff. They try it really, really fast, and that one just fell on the ground for a 3-yard loss.
Well, and I didn't see anyone that was prepared to take the ball there. The defensive lineman, number 61, actually got a hand in there and swatted it out of Bodie Moffitt's hands before it was ever going to go near a green jersey. So that's a good defensive play, but also if you're Bodie Moffitt, you got to realize when pressure's coming, and it was coming right up the middle right there.
Okay, Moffitt brings him out. One wide receiver wide to the left side. One man in the backfield, now a man in motion. There's another handoff straight up, 2 yards maybe. So it'll be 3rd and long again for the Tigers.
They have lived on 3rd and long so far this season, obviously just against Cody. But right now, this is a much less stout defense. So if they were able to get any sort of big play here, they wanted to start early. Like we said, that was part of our keys to the game. You don't want to come out like a limp duck. You want to come out and you want to try and make an explosion here or there and show Green River you mean business.
A 2-yard gain on the play. Now everyone's in tight. 3rd down, 11. Here's the pitch out to the right-hand side. A little bit of running room. We've got a 1st down for the Tigers across the 30 up to the 33-yard line. A good pitch on the play as
Hunter.
the play went to the strong side, and the Tigers' speed was able to get the 1st down.
And that was Hunter Smith-Velarde. He caused our Gatorade play of the game last week, and he just got 10 yards on his first touch of the game. I think he only had 1 touch last week too, so that is not a lot of touches for Hunter, the senior.
Yeah, pick up 13 yards on the play. 1st down for the Tigers, their first down of the game. Here's the snap, the handoff goes to the right-hand side. Quick hitter, and a gain up to about the 38-yard line, 38-yard line, and that was Braden Baker on the carry for the Tigers.
A lot of people may know Braden Baker from our baseball calls. He plays for the Lander Legends, used to play for the Riverton Raiders, and his coach, or his dad, is Coach Baker. And of course, his grandpa is in the American Legion Hall of Fame, Art Baker.
So it's 2nd down now, about 4 yards to go. Here's the handoff straight up the middle. 1st down, Tigers across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. And was that Baker again or Velarde?
That was not Velarde, and actually it looked like Bodie Moffitt almost fumbled the ball. So
yeah, it's hard to read the Tiger numbers, but it's a 1st down, and it goes to the 45-yard line, so a gain of 7 yards on the play. Here we go. Tigers have it 1st down, 7 yards to go from the 45-yard line. 2 successive 1st downs. Here's Moffitt keeping it. He's got a little bit of running room, and he's down across midfield into Green River territory about the 47-yard line.
And that was a good keeper. He had the option to pass it back to Hunter Velarde, and instead he kept it and he got an extra couple yards there that I don't think Hunter would have gotten. Caden Rowan comes back out. Now number 14, Juan Rivera, comes back in.
Moffitt has, that's his 2nd carry. He had a 3-yard loss on his 1st carry, 7-yard gain, 4 yards in positive territory. Hash mark, far side. Wide receiver split wide out to the left side. One man in motion. Handoff straight up the middle. Little bit of running room. One man to beat. 20, 15, 10, and he fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Green River at the 2-yard line. Oh, what a turn of events.
That was number 34, Braden Baker. He had a touchdown in his sights, and just from right at the last second, right around the 5-yard line, he gets tackled, fumbles it forward, and Green River gets it at the 2. And just like Green River's first drive, Lander gets all the way down to the red zone and even a little bit closer to the goal line, and they come away with 0 points.
Well, the only good news is the Wolves are up against the end zone here. Tigers come out. They've got that 4-man defensive front. Quarterback is Hintz. There's the snap in the backfield, off to the left-hand side, off to the races. Gomez, 20, 25, 30, 40-yard line, 45, and down at the 50-yard line. Boy, they let him get away, Shawn.
Yeah, they did. That was going to be their biggest opportunity to maybe get a safety like they did last week. It would have been a different story, but man, they did get that guy out on the far side as the wind is really starting to pick up here. And Braden Johnson Baker is not able to put any pressure on his left foot. He's fallen. He is not doing all right, and I think we're going to have an injury timeout here. We are. And he's in a lot of pain, actually. He's throwing his helmet, so we need to get out of here. It'll be right back on 93.1 KFCW and on WYO Today's YouTube page.
WYO Glass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. WYO Glass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. WYO Glass is Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Braden Johnson Baker helped off the field, now going over to the Fremont Therapy. It's a table over there. They're going to take a look at him. 37 seconds to go here. Tigers were 2 yards away from a touchdown when the ball was fumbled. And now Cody in one play has taken it all the way up to the 50-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Green River Wolves. Same formation, kind of an offset eye. One man split out wide to the left, one in the slot. There's the snap. Heinz gives it off to Gomez. He's caught before he can get too far, and a flag after the play. Well, let's see what the flag is all about. The gain was to the 46-yard line of Lander. And
it's looking like it's against Lander.
Here comes the white hat. Although Green River's backing up. Let's see, we have a personal foul face mask. No, it's against Lander. Well, that's a major penalty against the Tigers.
That's going to give them a first down.
It's going to give them, because they're marking the ball down at the
15 yards from the spot of the play. That's going to make it around the 35.
Yeah. Well, it should be, because from the 50 to the 35 is 15 yards.
I will say I really like the tenacity of the defensive line. They're able to get a lot of pressure really fast. They're moving their arms in just the right way to get no holding calls, knock on wood, and they're not allowing Green River to really get any sort of push on the line. The push is coming from the running back who's able to get around the edges there.
31 seconds to go. First period, no score. Green River and Lander. The Wolves line up, hash mark on the far side. Two men off to the left side in the backfield. In the shotgun is Hintz, off to Gomez. He drops the ball. Lander recovers, I believe.
They do. That's number 4.
Lander recovers.
Landon Jones. Landon Jones was in the right place at the right time. Just a botched handoff, and it was enough to get Lander a little bit of time to get into the backfield and jump right on the ball. That is exactly what Lander needed. So far, we've had 3 turnovers.
Yeah, it's amazing on the turnover thing. Lander will take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the first period.
I consider a turnover on downs a turnover.
Yeah, well.
You got the turnover on downs by Green River. You got the fumble, and now you got the other fumble. And Green River, if you looked at it, they didn't have very many people that were on offense come off for defense. So Lander's facing a very tired defense right now.
Lander has everyone in tight. Now one man in motion. We've got a penalty coming up against Lander for illegal motion. And Green River might decline this because Moffitt is dropped for a loss back at the 37-yard line. So they can get a 5-yard penalty or take the loss of 3 yards. And the penalty is declined, so they're going to take the loss. And it will now be, let's see.
2nd and 13.
1 yard gain for Moffett in the game on 4 carries. So it's now a penalty, and the Tigers will move back to the 40. It's not a penalty, back to the 37-yard line on the loss. Moffett under center, rolls to his left. Oh, and there's another fumble, and Lander. Oh, there's going to be a big penalty against Lander.
Well, Hunter Smith-Velarde, he grabbed his face mask. He grabbed his face mask, and then he grabbed the collar. So he's going to get a penalty no matter what. But I think Green River recovered the ball anyway.
Yeah, they did, Green River. So another turnover on the fumble.
And I think we'll get the flag call here before the end of the quarter. But it is a terrible way to end the quarter if you're Lander.
Okay, and we're waiting here for the call. The officials are huddling. Here comes the white hat. Looks our way. And the call is personal foul, face mask against Lander. So that'll be a 15-yard mark off against the Tigers when we start the second period of play. No score, Riverton or Lander and Green River.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Welcome back. It is the top of the second quarter here. 12 minutes on the clock as we reset our scoreboard here on WYO Today's scoreboard. And Ernie, you said it, that 15-yard penalty is going to bring it from the 30, and it's going to give Green River a great advantage here. As Lander looks to still be on offense, did they recover that fumble? I could have sworn Green River had the ball.
Well, so did I. Now Green River is going to have the ball.
They didn't even get in a huddle formation. They just came right out.
They just came right back out. Hintz is the quarterback. Hash mark on the near side, under center. Long count. There's the handoff to Gomez. Gomez around the left-hand side. Breaks away. Touchdown.
And that was somewhat of a surprise to start off that way. To go right after going right has not worked to their advantage very much. It's been going left that's worked a lot. Now it's 6-0, and Lander, boy, they had their hopes high when they were running down the field, and now it's they're looking at the scoreboard thinking, what if?
Yeah, Gomez on the 15-yard run, and now we're coming up for the PAT. And it's going to be a kick, and lining up to make the kick
Gomez.
Is Gomez, yeah. There's the kick, and it just sails across.
It got tipped by a hand on the way there. I don't know who grabbed or who touched it, but it tipped it just enough. And I guess I shouldn't say just enough because it still went through, but it did not go up high. It went right over the crossbar. And when we come back on 93.1 KFCW, it'll be Lander's turn to answer.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere.
We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Well, Moffett goes deep for the Lander Tigers after the two play.
No, it was one.
Yeah, it was one play. 15-yard touchdown by Gomez with the PAT added by Gomez. He's responsible for all 7 points. 7-0 Green River, and we have 11:52 to go until halftime. Gomez is going to tee up the ball. Let's see if it'll stay or if he needs a player to hold it up. Wind is really strong.
I'm going to bet good money he needs someone to hold it up here.
Yeah, me too. He had someone hold him up last time.
Oh, wow. Right as I say that, the wind stops.
The wind just stopped. Okay, Gomez has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Moffett is deep at the 6-yard line for Lander. Here's the run up, and the kick is a high end-over-ender, and it's going to bounce at the 30-yard line and goes out of bounds.
Hunter Velarde might get flagged for a blind slide.
Yep,
yeah, he is.
He sure did. Boy, the penalties are really hurting the Tigers.
Well, that wasn't a smart move by Hunter Velarde. No one had touched the ball, so the ball wasn't live. The ball was rolling out of bounds, and the Green River player that was looking to maybe touch it and bring it out of bounds just got blindsided. That'd be number 15 there for Green River. He just got blindsided by Hunter, and I wouldn't be surprised if that flag might... Look, he's still down.
Christian Lee. Well, the flag is down at the 32-yard line. 2 flags are down. It's 32.
So it wasn't number 15 that got hit. Whoever's on the ground is the one that got hit, and I believe Hunter Velarde, he could get a warning for that if I'm not mistaken, just based off of WHSAA rules.
Well, and Velarde also has his shoulder wrapped up pretty significantly before the game.
This looks like a solid injury. After the call here, I think it'd be worth it to take a...
The Lander trainer is out there, so let's take a timeout, and we'll be back. 7-0 Green River.
Fremont County athletes, I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
The Stock Doc is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Doc.
Rob Plonier was the Green River player who was down, and he gets up and runs over to the sideline. That's good to see that. But we do have a penalty against Green River and against Lander. They're going to kick the ball again, Shawn.
Yeah, it was a dead ball personal foul against Hunter Velarde. Right. It was actually a false start on the kickoff on Green River, so 2 offsetting penalties allow them to kick again. But I'll say it again, that hit wasn't warranted, and I believe Hunter Velarde may have gotten a warning. I don't know. I saw the refs talking to the coaches with Hunter right there.
Strong winds here in Lander, so the penalties offset. Flag out in the northwest corner of the field is straight out. Very strong winds here coming from the southwest, so Gomez will kick it off again. Moffett is deep. This time he's up near the 10 instead of the 5 because that wind caught that last kickoff and slowed it down a lot.
So I believe they're actually doing 10 yards extra here
on the penalty.
On the penalty, so they're kicking off from the 50 instead of the 40.
Instead of the 40. So now Moffett goes back to the 5 again. Very, very strong southwest wind. Gomez ready to go. There's the whistle. And it's an end-over-end kick, and it's going to go to Moffett at the 7-yard line. He goes to his left side and is brought down at the 22 on a really nice tackle. Coming up and making that stop is 33, Garrett Smith.
Boy, Bodie Moffett just lowered his helmet and ran right into the player that was his teammate and the Green River player, kind of ran into both of them. And he just wants to be that hard-nosed tackler, that hard-nosed runner that Coach Burton quite obviously prefers on his football team.
Hash mark near side of the field. Line of scrimmage for Lander is the 18-yard line.
Good news, Braden Johnson-Baker is out there after going down with a knee injury earlier.
Here's the snap, handoff, goes to the left side, a little bit of running room for the Tigers across the 25, 30, 35-yard line down to the 37-yard line. And that is running for the Tigers. That is Baker Braden.
Yeah, Braden Baker had one heck of a run there. He had a pretty big hole that closed up on the left, so he converted to the right there, and he just ran a diagonal route right towards us and just found a whole bunch of extra running room there.
18 to the 26. Nice 14-yard run by Baker.
Oof.
And there's the penetration. Holy cow. Where did he come from?
He looked like he was on the other side of the line.
Came in and knocked Moffitt 6 yards back.
No, that was again Braden Baker who got the handoff, and before he could even take a step forward, he just got slammed backwards by the Green River defense.
Thank you, Shawn. I was trying to get my score sheet.
Yeah, well, you got him all over the place with the wind. It's absolutely no problem whatsoever. I also enjoy trying to pick out the numbers here with the sun in our eyes.
Yeah, the football is right now at the 33-yard line. It'll be second down. 14 yards to go. Here's the carry, straight up, gets back the yardage that was lost and more, and that was Braden Baker with the carry, and he gets it up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job running in between the tackles there. There wasn't a need for a hole because he had already passed the defensive line before he actually got touched by someone. So good job there to really find a little hole in the crack, or a little crack in the hole there that he thought might not be there.
Baker was 78 yards so far on 5 carries. He's leading the charge for the Tigers. 10 to go here until halftime. There's the snap. Comes back over to Baker. He's got running room down near the first down yardage. I think he's going to be just a tad short, but let's wait till they mark. Oh, yeah, they mark it way off the mark.
Now here's a big decision here for Coach Burton. He knows that his team can get that 1 yard. But as we saw just 2 plays ago and then in the first series, this defense, if they get one guy through, they can all be dangerous. And they bring in their smallest player here, number 14.
Yeah.
That's Juan Rivera. Maybe not the smallest player, but definitely the smallest in the huddle right now.
Okay, fourth down, less than a yard to go for the Tigers. Hash mark far side. Tigers lined up, everyone. Quarterback sneak, first down, Lander. Nice quarterback sneak that time by Moffitt. And let's see where they mark it. Hold the phone.
I don't think he got it. I think he fell, but they're going to give it to him.
No, they've got a first down. Okay, so Moffitt gets the yardage.
That was a good spot there. I saw him fall on top of his offensive lineman, and that's when I knew that he might at least have enough because his offensive lineman looked like he had enough. But that is not a lucky spot, but a pretty good spot there for Lander.
48-yard line in Tiger territory. One man split out wide to the right-hand side. 9 minutes to go until halftime. Handoff is caught right in the backfield, and there's no gain. There's a loss on the play. Boy, somebody shot the gap on that one. 55 came in for the Green River Wolves, and let's see, that is Ethan Morrill.
Yeah, that was a big stop. And, it goes to what I just said. If one guy gets through the offensive line, all those boys can do a lot of damage. Just look at and 23 just right there. They look like they're big boys. 73 as well has gotten through and gotten quite a few good tackles right off the ball.
Everyone in tight for the Tigers. 8.5 minutes to go until halftime. Green River with a 7-point lead. Man in motion, pitch. Goes on the near side, little bit of running room all the way down inside territory, and it comes down, and Parker Burton is the carrier.
Yeah, our Papa Murphy's player of the game last week. He is a fast, speedy player. That's why his dad loves to put him in the game, but it did come with a flag, and it came in the backfield, so I'm really wondering exactly where this flag is going to end up.
This might be a hold against Lander, and it is. So that wipes off the really good 11-yard run by Burton.
And it's going to be 2nd and 24 now because of that.
Bad penalties here. The Tigers have been penalized. This is for 4th penalty of the game, and they've been big ones. So the football goes all the way back to the 35-yard line. That is a 15-yard penalty from the last line of scrimmage. So it's 2nd down.
They brought in Bryce Mason from the sideline, and Coach Burton has had nothing but great things to say about Bryce. He played for Riverton last year. He was a strong defensive player, but so far he's getting some offensive looks here in this offense, this hard-nosed offense.
2nd down, 23, back to pass. There's a pass caught at the 45-yard line down to the 49-yard line.
Look who it is. It's Bryce Mason that caught the ball on the slant. And that was all they needed to get a little bit of momentum and yardage back. Now it's going to be 3rd and maybe 9. And I think that this is much more doable than 3rd and 24.
Okay, 3rd down, 9 yards to go now. Nice pass, and Mason was open in the flat.
Oh, he was wide open. That slant pass looked perfect, too. It was a little bit of a long windup for the throw, but Bodie Moffitt still has a lot of learning to do on this offense.
That's the first completed pass by the Tigers. Here's the handoff, whistle, and we have what? Timeout, Lander. Well, that was probably a good timeout because the play wasn't going to go anywhere.
No, they were running into a wall of white right there. And, you know, with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go, I think this is actually a good commercial break for us to sit and chat here. So far, compared to last week, we can say they have a much stronger offense, and their defense has not given up, even though they have allowed a touchdown. At this point last week, it was, 42-0. So this defense has done a lot more work to grow and keep that run defense as strong as it can be.
And, of course, the Tigers' turnovers and penalties have really hurt them so far in the game. Lander came 2 yards away from scoring the first touchdown, and there was a fumble at the 2-yard line after a brilliant 47-yard run.
Yeah, Braden Baker, he was so upset with himself when he hit the ground and he saw he didn't have the ball anymore, and he has made up for it so far. After that, he's done quite a bit of good work. He's
7 carries for 77 yards.
Yeah, he is definitely working with a lot of gas right now. So with 3rd and 9 here, I see that they have Hunter Velarde, Caden Rowan, Parker Burton, which is the speedy kid we were just talking about, and then Bryce Mason on the right side. Only one wide receiver to the right, and that's Bryce. I'm sorry, that's number 4.
That's Landon Jones.
Here we go.
Okay. Hash mark on the near side. Need 9 yards for the first down. Here's the handoff. Velarde gets it, and he's short of the first down. Crosses the 45.
That was Caden Rowan.
Oh,
That's
that was
their
Caden
fullback.
Rowan. I'm sorry.
He's got the neck thing on the back. I forget what they're called, but he is a typical fullback. He sits in the fullback spot and waits for that run. And in this type of offense, a fullback is almost more important than a running back, traditionally.
9-yard gain that time.
It looks like they might be going for it here, 4th and 1.
Well, 4th and 1, 7 minutes to go here until halftime.
That's a long one. That's about 1.5.
Yeah, it is. Moffitt comes in from chatting with Coach Burton on the sideline. You're listening to Lander Tiger football on 93.1 KFCW and live stream on YO Today YouTube. And we have a timeout and another second timeout by the Lander Tigers, and we'll be back right after we listen to this.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste services Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Welcome back here. 6:33 to go in the second quarter. Lander has the ball. I just want to say a big shout out to Wyoming Waste right there. It's a newer sponsor for us. They can take care of all your waste problems in Washakie, Hot Springs, and Fremont County.
4th down. Tigers need about 2 yards. Oh, they drew him offside. It'll be a first down for Tigers.
I thought for sure they were going to call Parker Burton with maybe an illegal shift at first, and then when I saw the white jerseys, that's all they needed. And
well,
now
the Tigers get it all the way down to the 39-yard line, first down by penalty. That was a great play by Coach Burton and by the quarterback, Bodie Moffitt.
Good hard count there by Bodie, and again, they were able to sell that run going a little early and got a defensive player. Now this is a much different feeling in the stadium right now.
Jones out to the left side. There's the handoff, goes straight up the middle, and I think that is 31 again.
Yeah, it's Caden.
Yeah, Caden with the run, and he gets about 4 yards on the play.
I had the privilege of calling Caden Rowan's last baseball season for the Lobos. He has put on at least 15 pounds of muscle since the baseball season has been over, and that's what allows him to be the fullback that Coach Burton really needs him to be.
6 minutes to go here until halftime. Green River 7, Lander 0 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Man in motion. Here's the pitch off to the left side. Little bit of running room. First down inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. First down, Tigers. And carrying the ball was Burton.
And I saw it happen really fast, but the lineman that was in front of him got landed on really awkwardly. And that is number 62. Is that number 62?
Yeah.
He's still holding his leg.
Gain.
I'll get a number there, and then you keep going, Ernie.
That's right. Okay, 5:45 to go until halftime. Lander knocking on the red zone door here. They're at the 22-yard line.
It's 66. Gavin Romer, his foot still hurts him. He got landed on by Parker and that defensive player a little rough.
Here's the handoff, straight up the middle. A little bit of running room for the Tigers. Down to the 5, down to the 4, down to the 3-yard line.
Braden Baker, man, he has really come back alive after fumbling the ball at the 2-yard line. He gets all the way down to the 3 now. 5:26 to go.
94 yards now for Baker. 5.5 minutes to go. Tigers at the 4-yard line, first and goal. Well, that time we have to give credit to the line, Shawn. They really opened up the hole for Baker.
They did great there. They were able to get enough penetration on the line and push forward rather than get pushed backwards. And the clock stopper up there is not helping me out. It's 5 minutes to go. 3-yard line here.
Here's the pitch. Goes in the middle. Touchdown, Tigers! And running it in for the Tigers is Braden Baker. He now has 98 yards on 9 carries, and the Tigers are within a point of tying the game. It comes at 4:57 to go.
Playing a little bit of dual roles here. I'm photographer and I got to run all this. So if you hear some snapping in the background, that's what that is. As Lander.
There's the kick. It's up. It's high enough. It's long enough. It is good. And our score with 4:57 to go until halftime. Lander 7 and Green River 7.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Peretz.
Midway is at an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you...
Welcome back. What a drive. That was one heck of a drive. Where'd that start, Ernie?
That started at the 8-yard line.
And that was a 92-yard drive that I don't think any Lander fan here was ever thinking would not end in the end zone. Just the way they were consistent and the way they were consistently getting pressure on the line, enough to open some holes. That was probably, obviously, their best drive of the year because it ended in their first touchdown of the year, and we're almost 6 quarters into the game.
Well,
or into their season, I should say.
Yeah, the wind has... until halftime. Yeah, the wind has died down, so I don't need as many paperweights now here.
Be loud or go sit with your mom, the sign says. My mom, joke's on you, my mom's the loudest person at every game she goes to.
Okay, here's the run-up. And the kick, long kick goes into the end zone, and the Green River Wolves will start at the 20.
Shades of Matisse Weaver there, huh?
Yeah, that was a really good kick that time.
And obviously Lander is going to be working without Matisse Weaver as he got accepted. Well, he got picked by Dartmouth College to go kick there at the Ivy League school. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Not very many Lander Tigers can say that their leg got them into an Ivy League school. But Matisse Weaver, they look right there. They look like they don't miss him that much, considering they got that into the back of the end zone.
You know, and as long as they do that consistently, that'll be great. Okay, here comes Green River now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They come out with one man in the slot, tight ends on each side, one man in the backfield. There's the pitch, goes to the outside, but making the turn.
He's got room.
And flag on the play. He got about 8 yards on the play. Axel McKinnon.
Yeah, number 2. He looked really fast in practice. I saw him doing some sprint warm-ups, but let's see what the flag does.
Yeah, this is going to go against Green River. They're already huddling up back at the 5-yard line. Only the second penalty against Green River in the game. Their first one was really fortunate because it prevented a huge loss. No, they're going to call it holding, so this will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So the mark goes from the 20 down to the, what is that, 17-yard line?
Yes.
Okay, on the penalty. So first down, 13 yards to go. Hash mark far side. One man in the backfield. Under center is the quarterback. Here's the keeper on the left side, and he's knocked out of bounds just past the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, when he handed that ball off to Gomez, they had already gotten a Lander jersey in the backfield, and he was able to just kind of chase him all the way up there. Was that Gomez that got the ball?
No, I don't think so.
That was number 33 that got the ball there.
Yeah, 33, and for the, that is, let me get my binoculars, Garrett Smith. So Smith gets the carry, and it goes 5 yards.
We've already seen so many names for Green River get the ball. Obviously, Gomez, the most dangerous of them so far. Now we have 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And now look at this. Green River's in the shotgun. They have not been in this formation very often. They set up the screen pass to the right, and he gets through one tackle, but not another.
Well, that was good defense by the Tigers. They saw that coming, and the pass went to Gomez.
Yeah.
And it only got a couple of yards.
And that's where Gomez really thrived in that first quarter when he had a couple blockers in front of him. But Lander's seen that enough times so far already. They know to keep an eye on him. Almost like a quarterback, almost like a quarterback spy, but you got to spy Gomez more than you got to spy the quarterback.
Big third down play. We got 3s on the scoreboard. 3:33 to go in the first half. 2 men out on the left-hand side, 1 man on the right. In the shotgun is Hintz. Big rush by the Tigers. The ball's way up in the air and goes out of bounds. Boy, that was a flying duck.
It was. I think he thought number 2 Axel was going to be able to maybe catch up with it, but it was so far out of bounds, it just looked more like a throwaway than it did an actual pass.
And the wind has stopped here in Lander.
Hey, don't jinx us right now. That's not just a broadcaster's jinx. That's a weatherman jinx right there.
That's right. 3:17 to go until halftime. And it's 4th down. Moffitt is going down for the Tigers.
Moffitt and Jubber is going to be out there, so we're going to have 2 returners possibly.
That's Jubber down there. Moffitt and Jubber. Jubber on the near side, Moffitt on the far side.
I've seen this work as a trick play. I've seen this work as a decoy, but honestly, I think they're just not sure if it's going to go left or right, and it's going to go to Moffitt.
Punt goes straight up in the air. Moffitt grabs it. Fair catch called for in Green River territory at the 45-yard line. So Tigers take over an excellent field position with 3 minutes to go. It'll be right at the, they mark it right at the 45.
And this is probably their best field positioning to start off with, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the first punt of the game.
Was it really? I thought we had a punt earlier, but you're right. We had a turnover,
yep.
touchdown. So, and the turnover on downs, that is surprising, especially after last week, how Lander was forced to punt quite often.
Jubber comes wide out to the right side, man in motion. Handoff and a fumble, and I think Lander got it back.
That was number 14. That's that's Juan Rivera. He just wasn't ready for the handoff. It went right off the front of his arms.
Braden Baker got the recovery for the Tigers. Unfortunately, no gain. on the play. They didn't lose any yardage, so it stays second down, 10 yards to go from the 45-yard line. Clock moving at 2:39 to go until halftime. We're all knotted up here on 93.1 KFCW. It's 7 apiece, Lander Valley and Green River. Tigers up to the line of scrimmage. Everyone is in tight as usual, man in motion. There's the handoff to the first man through, and he's caught behind the line of scrimmage.
So that was a fake hand. Like, I think he was going to do the read option to the left, and he had number 3, Bryce Mason, behind him. But that fake handoff took too long and allowed the defense to get in the backfield and wrap up around Bodie Moffitt's legs before he could do anything. So that will be a loss of about 2 yards.
That's his 4th loss yardage play of the game.
Well, and when you think about a quarterback in this type of offense, you think about quarterback sneaks, you think about read options, and if you can't have a clean handoff and you can't have a clean read option, you're going to lose a lot of yardage because you really are basing it on the quarterback's legs.
Third down, 12 yards to go, man in motion. Roll out to the right-hand side. Long pass is caught, and it's going to be short of the first down by a yard. Or did he? No, he caught it.
No, he got about a yard short, and that's Bryce Mason again with the reception.
Bryce Mason.
All he's done is come in and run 2 slant plays, and I think he's got about 10 yards on each play.
Well, he's got 27 yards total in catching and receiving. So 4th down and 1 to go here, and Tigers are going to go for it with 1:15 to go here.
They're going to hurry to the line, too. They didn't have a long huddle.
Moffitt drives ahead for the first down. Boy, well, wait a minute. Let's see where they're going to mark it.
I think they're going to mark
really
it forward.
Close.
Yeah, that's going to be good
he's got
enough.
the first down. That's a great carry.
I thought for sure when I saw him bum rush through the first wave of defenders that he was going to get at least a couple more yards than that, but I think he might have tripped on his own offensive lineman. I don't know. He only got 1 yard there, which is all he needed, though.
60 seconds to go in the first half. Tigers driving at the 39-yard line. Whistle, and we have a
false start.
False start by the Tigers.
And I believe that was number 10 again. That's Parker Burton. You cannot be in motion while hiking the ball the way that he was, I guess, because you can on certain drives, or I'm sorry, certain plays. I think they had 2 different players in motion when that happened, and that's also not allowed.
4th penalty of the game for Lander, and it goes down to the 39-yard line. Back to passes. Moffitt rolls to his right side and keeps it and rolls out of bounds for a loss of 2. A flag, a late hit. This is going to be a late hit for the Green River Wolves. Coming up that time was DJ Walter. And I think the Tigers are going to get a first down on a penalty by Green River.
I think they will too. Bodie Moffitt had nowhere to throw. And he actually, the defender, number 55, I believe it was in the backfield, and he tripped over his own feet. And he would have had an easy sack if he didn't do that. Instead, Bodie Moffitt rolls out to the right, can't find anyone to throw to. And when he steps out of bounds, he just gets dropped by the defender there. So
they're actually not going to make it a first down because of the loss on the play. It's down to the 27-yard line, but it will be...
no, they're saying first down.
Oh, yeah, I guess they are. Yep. Well, they changed it.
No, now the refs, I think, are going to look. Refs are talking to someone.
Well, the coach over there from Green River came over. And
Coach Christensen.
Yeah, and he's complaining about the mark. He's still a little animated over there. This has been a fairly clean officiated game. I mean, the penalties that have been called have been earned.
Yes, they have. And Landers had a few, Green River's had a few, but it's nothing crazy, nothing outrageous.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Tigers. Hash mark on the near side. Football is down at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. In the shotgun now is Moffitt, quarterback keeper. He's got some running room. He's at the 20, the 15, and out of bounds at the 15. First down, Tigers, and that stops the clock with 40 seconds to go.
Perfectly played there. He knew where he had to go, and he got there in a hurry. When the offensive line started to break down the left, he knew he was going to be able to run right. And I think they obviously had that plan to run inside or maybe to the right, and he just did it perfectly. And now Moffitt comes back in. That was number 11, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Tigers have it. First down, 10 yards to go. They're at the 15-yard line of Green River. 40 seconds to go. First half. Moffitt under center. Keeps it. Darts inside. Has some room. Touchdown, Tigers! Moffitt from 11 yards, gets the touchdown for Lander, and the Tigers take the lead. 15-yard run by Moffitt. And that comes at the 32-second mark of the second period. PAT is coming up now. And with the PAT, kick is up, and it is good. And the kick goes up and right through by Caleb Andrews. Tigers 14, the Wolves 7, 32 seconds to go until halftime.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Back again at Lander, the Tigers have taken the lead. It's 14-7, 32 seconds left here until halftime. A great drive by the Tigers that went 55 yards. They had a bunch of plays that time too.
A lot of good-looking runs, and then obviously the really good-looking pass to Bryce Mason.
That's
what they want.
Kick. Long, high, it's going to come down to Steen at the 5-yard line. He cuts off to the left side. Now back to the middle. Oh, what a tackle.
That's
and
a face mask.
Flag is going to come down. That was a horse collar tackle for sure.
Well, I think Caden Rowan, when he went high, I think he went a little too high and grabbed his face mask. I just saw his whole helmet get yanked to the right, and Coach Burton is a little peeved at the call, thinking stop a speeding bullet like that other than just get your hands where you can get them, and Coach Burton still.
He's all the way out to the hash mark on the near side. The officials are asking him to move back. Coach is incensed.
And they're going
to give a first 15-yard penalty for the personal foul. And that's going to move the ball all the way up with 27 seconds to go to the 40-yard line.
I think that's the third face mask call of the game. 2 on Lander, 1 on Green River, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a lot for a sport that's really trying to become a little bit safer. You don't want that many in the first half alone.
In the shotgun now is Hintz. Let's see if they air it out with 27 seconds to go. Hintz rolls to his right side. Play action pass. Long pass downfield is caught inside Lander territory at the 48-yard line.
He got out of bounds,
too. That was 21, I believe. They got the Carson Moore got the catch, and it goes down to the Lander 48. So that was a 12-yard pass play, and timeout called with 20 seconds to go. We'll be back after this.
Sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Receivers wide for Hintz on both sides at the Lander 48 in the shotgun. There's the snap back. Hintz rolls back, rolls to his right side, looks, heaves downfield, way overthrown. stops the clock at 14 seconds, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a long throw, and honestly, he's kind of lucky it didn't get picked off. It looked like it was going out of bounds either way, but when you throw on the run like that and you're able to throw while moving forward, you got to be pretty talented to be able to hit accurately, and he was just a little high there. Otherwise, that would have been a great pass, an offense play call there for Green River.
Doesn't have the same ability as Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes.
No, he does not.
14 seconds to go in the shotgun. Twin receivers on each side. Hash mark far side. Long count. Very long count.
Both teams have 0 timeouts left, so they can't be too long. Here we go now.
Back
Here's
the pass, and the Tigers almost get a sack. Hintz rolls out, throws it all the way downfield. Caught and dropped, but a flag comes down.
I believe that's going to be pass interference on Hunter Velarde. Boy, number 61 blew up the backfield. Trey Pickard had his hands wrapped around the quarterback and just couldn't drag him down. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. Just 4 seconds to go.
They're going to give it to him on the 20, I believe.
Yeah, well, it'll be a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, I believe.
So it was pass interference. And I don't know if it was on Hunter or not. He was the one out there guarding.
They're going to go from the line of scrimmage and go 15 yards. And so this will put the ball down at the 33-yard line on the penalty.
This should be the last play of the game.
Of the first half.
I'm sorry, the first half. You're completely correct.
Okay, they're going to go for it all here. My guess is 4 seconds to go. They've got time for one play.
3 wide receivers tripled up to the right. They're on the right side hash mark, too, so they're bunched up. 1 on the left.
Hintz back the pass, takes 4 steps back. Oh, and he's tackled from behind. A sack by the Tigers defense, and coming in on the play, that was 66.
No,
wasn't
that was Pickard, the guy that almost got the sack the first time, and that is exactly what they needed. Both plays there, and they got it on the second one to end the first half. So good job by Trey Pickard to end the half on a high note. Lander's going to be heading into halftime with a lot of momentum, and they are going to be up 14-7 when we come back. And we have a 15-minute halftime show. They're going to be a dance performance from what I've heard. So we'll be right back with our CWC halftime show featuring the Lander dance team.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. The Lander dance team, coached by Danny Ward, is out at the half 50-yard line, and they're doing a little performance right now to some interesting music. And this is part of our CWC halftime show, of course, brought to you by Central Wyoming College. Remember, for their information on their 4-year and 2-year degree programs, you can visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. The dance team is only in its 4th year, I believe, and Coach Ward has done quite a bit with this team. had a couple girls. They had one girl, even though she wasn't technically on the dance team, she was a Lander Lady Tiger, and she is on a college scholarship for dance, so congrats.
Yeah, and the Tigers have had a couple of state championships in dance here, going back about 5 years, I believe.
This is their blackout performance. As you can tell, it's all black tonight. The student section rocking all black. Coaches rocking white for some reason, but... And Ernie's tallying up our stats of the first half while we watch all the girls get up from the splits there. I don't think I could do that without ripping another hole in my pants, Ernie. So that was a fun halftime show. I don't know how long it was supposed to be, but I thought it was going to take the whole halftime. Now that we have our CWC halftime show graphic back up, I think it's easy to say that this is going to be probably the best first half of play that Landers had all year, especially considering they played against Cody. As I see Braden Johnson Baker is on crutches.
Yeah,
and
he
not,
sure is.
Not in the halftime locker room.
He's here in the bleachers.
That is not good. Remember, he came out with a knee injury early in the game, and he came back out. I didn't see him ever get the ball again. Ernie, I'm going to let you go ahead and get those stats ready. I might go talk to Braden here, see if he'll let us in on a little intel. We'll be right back on 93.1 KFCW and WYO Today's YouTube page.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber. You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back. It's 9 minutes and 35 seconds till we get back to action here. We did calibrate up some stats of the game so far. Ernie, tell us who's doing well.
Well, I tell you what, for the Green River Wolves, Gomez has carried 9 times for 101 yards, Poingree twice for 27 yards, Smith once for 5, and Bossern had 1 carry for -9 yards. So that is 124 yards rushing. Hintz was 2 for 2 in the passing department, and Rosine was 2 for 2 in the passing department. Not much yardage, though, only 38 yards. So the total offense, 162 yards for the Green River Wolves here at halftime. Much better stats for the Lander Valley Tigers, and boy, are we happy to see this.
Yes, we are.
170 yards on the ground. Moffat had 9 carries for 36 yards. Rowan had 3 carries for 10. Baker had 9 carries for 98 yards. And Burton had 2 carries for 26 yards. That's 170 yards in rushing for the Tigers. Moffat was 2 of 22 of, let's see, I forgot to write that down.
He was 2 for 4.
2 for 4 in the passing department for 27 yards. And Mason caught both of them.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
and Bryce
so
Mason,
he was the leading catcher.
Bryce Mason, Coach Burton was really, really excited when we were talking to him during practice before the first game. He said that Bryce Mason is a difference maker on defense. He's big enough on offense to be really, really scary, especially when he's out in open space. I do have an update. I did go down and talk to Braden Johnson-Baker. He wouldn't tell me the extent of his injury, and that's totally fine. But he did say he will not be playing the rest of this game. They're going to be looking at his knee whenever he's done with today. So the last has been seen of Braden Johnson-Baker, the junior, and I think that means we'll just get more carries for Braden Baker, probably Bryce Mason, maybe some Hunter Velarde and Caden Rowan.
162 total yards for the Green River Wolves here in the first half. The Lander Tigers, 219 yards. Lander leading at halftime by a score of 14-7. And taking a look at how the Tigers scored, Shawn, we had the first touchdown came with, let's see, where was it? 4:57 to go in the second period of play. It was a 5-yard run by Baker, and that made the score 7-7 with the PAT by Andrews. And then the Tigers took the lead at the 32-second mark with a touchdown run by Moffitt of 15 yards. PAT Andrews, and it's 14-7. And then Green River tried to go down the field thanks to a couple Lander penalties, and Picard ended that drive with a sack. And so that's where we are at halftime. Our Central Wyoming College halftime show. And if you didn't have an opportunity to go to the grand opening, the open house at the Central Wyoming College Wrestler Ag and Equine Complex, you still have an opportunity to do that. Stop in and say hello to those folks. It was a tremendous opening of this 86,000 square foot facility, total 22 acres out at the north side of the CWC campus. Undoubtedly the finest Ag and Equine Complex in the state of Wyoming, and perhaps the Rocky Mountain region.
Yeah, that's really great. You know, if you haven't seen it yet, like you said, go ahead and stop by. But they also have their home rodeo on the last weekend of September. The Rustler Rodeo will be running, I believe, the 28th through the 30th. That'll be a reason to go out there and watch, as well as see the new place. It's amazing. It's so awesome. I got some scores from around Wyoming right now. In 4A, Cheyenne East is absolutely destroying Natrona County 42-0. Sheridan beating up on Cheyenne South. It's only the first quarter, and it's 14-0 in favor of Sheridan. Thunder Basin beating up on Rock Springs 35-0 in the second quarter. Kelly Walsh losing to Cheyenne Central 21-0, and Campbell County beating up on Laramie 28-0. Those are all shutouts right now.
Those are all shutouts and right there.
There's
they're
only
all in the second quarter.
Second or first quarter, yeah. Right now in 3A, halftime score, Douglas 28, Jackson 6. That seems to be Jackson's least favorite sport. They do really well in skiing and a whole bunch of other things, but football doesn't seem to be their style. Obviously, Lander up 14-7 on Green River. Cody at Riverton started 15 minutes ago, and
in the second half.
Yeah, well, Cody
half,
Beers should be sending us a score very shortly. And then in 2A, Mountain View beat Wheatland 38-0. Lovell is beating Bighorn 21-14 in the second quarter. Thermopolis should be about halfway through their game like we are. We're going to wait on a score from Kevin Gerber. And halftime in Upton Sundance, it's at Shoshone, but Cokeville's up 6-0. Don't forget, yesterday Pine Bluffs beat up on Shoshone 36-12, and that was supposed to be Shoshone's big revenge game after losing in the state championship. And you know, Coach Tony Trumpler was very adamant they're not in a rebuilding year, but yesterday they really did look it.
We'll be back with more of our Central Wyoming College halftime show right after this.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
WyoGlass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. WyoGlass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. WyoGlass is Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Welcome back. It's the Central Wyoming College halftime show from Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Lander currently up 14-7 on Green River, and this all comes just 1 week after Lander nearly avoided a shutout, 56-2 in Cody. But obviously, as we've seen, Cody and Green River are two completely different monsters, and Lander having the better day today than Green River has so far.
And Lander deferred to start the game, so the Tigers will get the ball first here in the second half. The sun has gone down. We've got clouds above us, but so far they haven't. Well, the sun's about to go down.
Yeah, these are dangerous-looking clouds, and while they look like they're going this way, they're actually coming the other way. They're coming north.
From the north.
Yeah. And so I'm wondering if the wind gets worse, or maybe we get a nice little breeze for the rest of the game. But either way, Lander has to play in this and practice in this every day, so they know it. And Green River, we were down there multiple times. I was down there for soccer. They get just as much wind as the rest of Wyoming, maybe even more down there by the Forge. So I don't know if either team is really going to be affected by the wind, but
by the gorge.
Yeah.
Not the Forge.
The Forge. Oh, did I say gorge? I'm sorry. I'm thinking
Forge.
about the Forge. It's the gorge. But with 50 seconds to go, I want to give a big shout out to Central Wyoming College. Again, reminder, go to cwc.edu if you want more information on their 4-year degree programs and their 2-year degree programs. Thank you very, very much, as we almost lose all of our papers. cwc.edu, Central Wyoming College. Make your way out here. And don't forget, they have soccer games, they have volleyball games, and they have their rodeo coming up. You can check out the full schedule on cwc.edu, and I think I'm going to make a September schedule for every home game in Fremont County, which will be on WYO Today starting tomorrow. I think that's going to be something that we should do, allow everyone to know what and when they can go to things in Fremont County, because a lot of things are happening every week. You got volleyball on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. You obviously got football on Fridays, and then you got more and more cross country
and golf.
Yeah,
it's girls swimming.
Believe it or not, golf is almost over. They have their conference meets next week. The golf season starts 3 weeks before school does, so they're able to get done with their season before the tough winter hits, and I think we all know how bad of a winter we had last year. So,
you know, Shawn, last week at Cody, the Tigers just had black helmets with no decals. And today they've come out with the decals of the Tiger emblem that's on the center of the field here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium, the Lander Tiger emblem. And they do have them on both sides of the helmet now. So the coaches still have the LT on the back of their jerseys. So the Tigers are emblemed up.
Yeah, and the LT, from what I've heard, was a big a thing that Coach John Scott really liked. He liked the simplicity of it. It wasn't too fancy, too foo-fa, whatever you want to call it. And I think that the Lander Tiger is such an iconic logo. It doesn't really have a lot of similarities to others. Like you said, maybe Missouri, University of Missouri, but where I come from, K-State, that Power Cat emblem, I swear, is used by at least one high school team in every county across the country. But
yeah, they sure
this
do.
is a pretty unique field, pretty unique logo, and I like how they put it on their helmets. Maybe they'll rock something different next week, for all we know.
Yeah, you never know. We want to remind you the Wyoming Cowboys will be on KWYW tomorrow afternoon. Broadcast time is at 4 o'clock as the Cowboys open up their 2023 season against the Texas Tech Red Raiders at War Memorial Stadium in Laramie. And according to some of the releases we got from the UW Athletics Department, tickets were going fast for that one. So I think it's going to be a good game. It could be close to a sellout in Laramie. And if you are going down there tomorrow, the game starts at 5:30. and the broadcast on KWYW at 4 o'clock. The Cowboys and the Red Raiders from Texas Tech University. They haven't played each other in 30 years.
I'm not surprised. The Big 12 and the Mountain West Conference, they have a contract with each other now, but they didn't for a long time. A little reminder, if you are going to the game tomorrow, go to gowyo.com, or you can look in Wednesday's paper, the Ranger Orlander Journal, and there is a stripe out tomorrow, which means if you're in a certain section, they want you to wear brown. If you're in a certain section, they want you to wear yellow. So be sure you're not looking like the only one wearing yellow in the brown or brown in the yellow. It's going to be really awkward if you don't know what color to wear tomorrow. And it's going to be a lot of overhead shots of War Memorial Stadium when they're on live TV. And
CBS television.
It's going to look really, really cool as long as everyone does it the right way. We tried to do a stripe out at a K-State basketball game, and I do remember not very many people rocking the colors they were supposed to, and they just looked weird.
Okay, it's Jubber going deep back for the Lander Tigers along with Hunter Smith-Velarde. Jubber is deep bath at the 10-yard line. Gomez to kick off.
Jubber told everyone to move up. He wants it all to himself. So Hunter and Bodie Moffitt both are sitting at the 30, maybe 25-yard line, and Jubber's sitting back there waiting.
And the kick's going to go to Jubber right at the 18-yard line. He cuts to the right-hand side. He breaks one tackle, breaks another, out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
That could be a horse collar. It depends on which ref wants to call it or not, and they're not going to. So they are going to start at the 41-yard line. What good field positioning here by Jubber.
Excellent field position for the Lander Tigers. Now we know why he wanted to take the ball.
He might be their biggest player on offense, and last week I feel like we were calling his name every couple seconds, and this week we haven't called it that often.
Bodie Miller returns as quarterback for the Tigers.
Moffitt, I think you mean.
Oh yeah, Bodie Moffitt.
we're both on very large lack amount of sleep here.
Yeah. Here's the pitch, goes out to the far side, right back to the line of scrimmage. Carrying that football for the Tigers was Parker Burton.
And like I said, he has some speed around the outside, but there was two defensive linemen that pulled away from the line, and they were waiting for him on that side. Now they bring Moffitt in with Landon Jones, and they bring Bryce Mason out.
So the Tigers pick up 2 yards on the play. Nice spot that time by the officials. Coming out on the near side now is Landon Jones. Man in motion, handoff straight up the middle, goes nowhere. Maybe a yard to the 45-yard line.
And who was that? That was...
I can't really tell from here.
Baker up the middle.
Oh, it's Baker. Okay. So...
And now they bring Bryce Mason back in, and so far every time Bryce Mason has been on the field, they've at least looked his way. He's caught 2 passes, 2 slants for 13 or 14 yards apiece, and now they take out Landon Jones so Mason can take his spot.
Third down, big play, 7 yards to go for the Tigers. Lander 14, Green River 7, 10:37 to go here. Football smack dab in the middle of the field. There's a pitch, comes out to the near side. Nothing doing, maybe a yard. Coming up and making the stop that time, Alex Hudson for Green River. It was a good idea, but Hudson was in the way.
Yeah, Hunter Smith-Velarde just didn't get enough separation once he got the ball. He was looking to go around a couple more players. Instead, he really just ran into a wall there.
So this is Lander's first punt of the game. And that's Jubber back there, isn't it? Yeah, I think
so.
Yeah, going deep back. There's the high snap, the kick. Oh, it's a real high kick. And a fair catch is called for, and grabbing it there was Alex McKinnon.
Yeah,
so they'll take over.
Sorry, Ernie. 9:52 to go in the third quarter, and typically we take a commercial break right now, but everyone's coming out really fast here. They're getting into the huddle. I think this is a good time to stick here, and I honestly don't know if Lander's defense learned a lot last week, but they showed a lot in the first half here, and I'm really excited to see if they keep this same players out here because they were making a difference for the most part. They had a couple runs go really long against them, but right now we'll see if that continues or if they can nip that in the bud.
Hash mark on the near side. Hintz, the quarterback, under center. Offset eye. Hand off to the second man through. He's caught right away. And that was Gomez. No gain on the play.
Gomez has had quite a few good runs today, but right there he had to hurdle over his offensive lineman who fell down right in front of him, and instead of hurdling him, he just took the fall there and went down about a 0-yard gain. Looks like half a yard maybe.
No, I didn't get anything. You're still right at the 25.
Yeah.
They've got the football actually behind the line.
Yeah, the guy holding the sticks over there just must have pulled it up a little bit. But right now, 2nd and 10, 9:15 to go in the third.
Hintz under quarter. Twin receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. There's a big charge and a sack way back at the 10-yard line.
What a sack by number 3, Bryce Mason. We were just talking about how he's a difference maker on defense and offense. That play, though, for Green River did not start out the right way. He faked a handoff to nobody. He was faking it to the left. All of his running backs were to the right. And when he turned around for that bootleg, Bryce Mason was in his grill.
He was right there. So it's a big loss on the play all the way back to the 13-yard line. Third down, 22 yards to go. These kind of plays can be dangerous if the Tigers don't pay attention. Twin receivers on each side.
Take them seriously.
Here, back to pass. Flag goes down. I think we're going to have a hold against Green River. And the run is all the way up to the 25-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. But this one's coming back. Flag in the backfield, I think.
When you're a quarterback and you are running for your life on the outside and you see 5 defenders all waiting for you, I mean, there is a chance to slide, don't get me wrong, but he said, no, I'm going to take this and I'm going to run into at least 2 of them. He may have gotten an extra yard because of it, but like you said, it's coming back anyway.
Coach Burton wants him to take the penalty. He doesn't want to give him 4th down and 10. So here's the call, and it is going to be a hold against the Green River Wolves. And that'll be half the distance to the goal. And it will be marked.
Probably around the 5, because they were at the 9, so maybe the 4.5 to 5-yard line.
Well, they were actually at
the
12.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm reading the numbers wrong. My bad.
Yeah, that's
so
all right.
Right around the 6-yard line.
Yep.
And that is where they're going to put it.
They're going to put it inside the 5 at the 4. Okay, so the penalty is an 8-yard penalty. Goes down to the 4-yard line. It's 3rd down and 27 to go. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, and 30 to go. 3rd down, 30 yards to go.
Math is hard.
Had to take my shoes off that time.
Math is hard.
Okay, Hintz is in the gun. He's in the end zone. The Green River end zone. Here's the snap. Going back to pass. Pass on the near side to Gomez is knocked away right at the last minute. Green River's going to have to give the ball up. Great defensive play by the Tigers.
That was number 54, Jackson Condor, and he did a great job getting right at Gomez. He did that last time they tried to set up that screen, and he was able to tackle Gomez before he ever got a hold of the ball. He did the same exact thing right there.
Great play by Condor. So the
they're trying to get a wave started here, Ernie. And look who it is. It's Higginbotham down there.
It's Higginbotham down there, yeah. Okay, here comes the punt from the back of the end zone. It's a high kick going to the sideline, bounces out of bounds. They're going to mark this right around the 20-yard line.
That is going to be probably the best field position Lander can have all day. He's lucky he didn't get it blocked there. I'm trying to pick up a number on who that was.
They're at the 24.
That was Bryce Mason, who got about a fingertip away from blocking that ball in the back of the end zone.
So Lander will have the football, 1st down, 10 yards to go, and that will be at the 24-yard line. Lander 1st and 10. Great field position.
Amazing field position.
7:55 to go. 3rd period. Lander leading 14-7 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard.
If you're an offensive coordinator, you love this position, this spot right here, because you can do a lot on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's a pass by Moffat into the end zone. It's intercepted at the 4-yard line. Didn't have enough height on it, and the Tigers had someone down there, but it was intercepted, and they're going to mark it where? At the 4?
I believe
that's
so.
Where he intercepted. So a turnover, and Lander gives the ball right back to Green River at the 4.
And, you know, when we talked to Coach earlier in the season, we asked him about his quarterback play. He told us one kid has great field vision, one kid has great legs, and one kid can throw the ball a mile. I'm just going to take a wild guess and think that he wasn't talking about Bodie Moffitt throwing a mile, because he barely got enough on it to go.
That was a wounded duck.
It was, and while there were 2 white jerseys there, it was the right move. If he could have thrown that into the back corner of the end zone, if he had enough oomph on it, I think he would have gotten it, but way too short.
Green River's got the ball right back. There's motion, so it'll be half the distance to the goal. Quarterback took a stutter step ahead. Then it'll be at the 2-yard line.
This will be against the Green River Wolves.
You got to stand up and get flat butt syndrome, as they like to call it.
Yeah. So it'll be first down, 12 yards to go. It's at the 2-yard line. Hey, a good defensive stand here will hopefully put the Tigers in good position. I'm going to join you here and stand up for a second.
Yeah, this seems to be the time to do it. And, you know, if they were to get one good defensive push here, that could be a safety. Then they get the ball back, and now we're talking about even more business. But right now they have to do it first. We got to not just talk about it.
Okay, under center now is Hintz. There's the keeper right up the middle. He gets about 6 yards, 7 yards. Nice keeper by Hintz. He just got the snap and started running. He's all the way up to the 8-yard line.
Yeah,
so that'll be 6 yards on the game.
His linemen all blocked outward, and he followed his center straight forward, and he was able to get a good chunk of yardage. Now Green River can work with a lot of field here. They're not just backed up to the 2-yard line. They're going to probably spread the field here. I would imagine 2, maybe 3 wide receivers, and they could try something very similar to what they just did on 2nd and 7.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Hintz brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers off to the right side in the I formation. Now one man in motion, goes to the slot under center. Here's the handoff, goes right straight ahead, and it is going to be tackled short of the first down. Up to about the 7-yard line, I believe. 7 or 8-yard line.
They definitely tried to get the running game going there, going to the right, and I didn't know if they were faking it or not, because they had both their wide receivers going out on good routes, and instead they got about 5 yards. Now 3rd and 2. This is a big defensive stand, especially inside the 15-yard line.
Okay, Tiger defense, this is where you need to shine. 6.5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Lander 14, Green River 7 on our WYO Today scoreboard. Fans coming alive here. Receivers single on each side. Under center's quarterback keeper, and he is going to be stopped. And I think he's got the first down. Officials standing right on the 15-yard line. And it is first down. 2 yards by Hintz, and it's a first down at the 15-yard line.
And that is just enough, and by just enough, I mean barely. I'm surprised they didn't bring out the chains and measure it. That is just enough to get that first down. And now with 6 minutes to go, my clock's a little fast here. With 6 minutes to go, I imagine that they're going to try and air something out in the 3rd quarter here.
Yep, and they come up to the line of scrimmage. Football just off center on the left-hand side of the field. Quarterback Hintz is in the shotgun. Twin receivers on the left, now one man in motion. Quarterback keeper, he is stopped and falls forward for a couple of yards. Well, here's another situation where they had him in the backfield.
They did, yeah. They're doing a better job of wrapping up, but they're still not bringing him down when they wrap him up. You need to wrap and fall if you can. It's obviously easier said than done when you're in the midst of everything, but they need to do a better job. Right there, he got 4 yards. Probably very easily could have gotten just 1 or 2 if they had kept up with him.
Clock winding down to 5:10 to go here on KFCW 93.1. Lander Tiger football at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. And if you're watching on WYO Today YouTube, we hope you're enjoying the game. Twin receivers on the left, single on the right, one man in the slot, quarterback in the shotgun. Back to pass is Hintz, under pressure. He rolls to the right, trips and is brought down. Sack on the play, and he tripped on his own feet, Shawn.
He really did. Who got that sack there? I think that was 61.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to the 12-yard line, a loss of 6 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd down now coming up for Green River. Clock continues to roll, 4.5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Lander holding on to a 14-7 lead.
I think that was Trey Pickard's second sack so far.
Yes, it was. He did. He got the sack to end the first half.
3rd and 14, 4 minutes, 8 seconds to go, and now Green River has 4 wide receivers to the left, 1 on the right.
Rolling out to the left-hand side in pursuit. There's a pass, and it is incomplete.
There's a flag before the play ever started, and it was on the far right side. I think it was a false start.
There is a flag on the play.
If you're Lander, you want to decline that one.
Yeah. If they call it was a dead ball, though, you can't.
Well, it was before the play, so I just wonder if it was offsides or false start, and we're going to get the white hat here.
He's coming over to talk to Coach Burton.
Which means I would imagine it is against Green River because they want his opinion here to decline it or accept it. And I would imagine.
If they decline it, it'll be 4th down.
And if they accept it, it'll be
if they
3rd
accept
and
it, it'll be 3rd and
19.
Yeah, offside against Lander.
Oh, wow.
Offside to call against the Tigers.
So they're going to replay 3rd down, 9 yards to go now. We both were under the impression.
Yeah. Okay, well, so it's going to be 3rd and 9 now. A penalty against Lander.
Down and 9.
So it goes to the 17-yard line on the penalty. Okay, 3rd down, 9 yards to go. New life here for Green River. Just under 4 minutes to go. 3rd period of play. Lander by 7. Under center. Here's the rollout to the right-hand side. Pass is caught downfield, but not much going there. Receiving the football was Christian Lee.
Boy, he didn't get very much
He
separation.
got 2 yards on the play.
I think he was meant to go out just a little bit further, and he just didn't. So now
it's 4th down.
4th down. We got our own little cheerleader here. We have one cheerleading squad here.
Okay, the second punt of the game for the Green River Wolves. Juber is deep. There's the snap, the kick. It is up in the air, not very deep though. And it bounces, and Juber touches it, and it's recovered by Green River.
And that is the exact opposite of what
bad decision by Juber. He came in, he ran under it, and it bounced right off of him.
There are just some times where you don't really want to touch, or you don't even want to get near the ball. And when you see that many white jerseys right in front of you, you might just be better off running away and calling a fair catch with your hands, because that had no right being picked up. Even if Juber did have a little bit more space, he was going to get smacked in the mouth the second he picked that ball up.
So it ends up being a 1st down at the 38-yard line.
That was just
Green River.
That was essentially just a,
Boy,
nice.
I could see him coming up there, and I was thinking to myself, don't do it, and he did.
It was just a nice 30-yard gain there through a leg instead of a pass.
Of course, these are high school kids, so we have to take that into account. Here's the handoff, goes over to Gomez. Gomez hasn't carried for a while, and he gets about 4 on the play.
Gomez on the carry.
And we've got a Tiger down on the field. Oh, there, he's getting up now.
I don't know, he might not be getting up. Hold on.
We have a...
That's 58.
Goes to the 41.
Senior Zame Cabrialis. And I know I'm saying that wrong, I apologize, but he is not really getting up right now, so we're going to take an injury timeout with him. 3:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lander up 14-7, Green River with the ball, though.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Now he turns around and comes back on.
Welcome back. He's back up, is Cabrialis. So congratulations. I'm glad that he's one of their leaders on defense. So it's very important that they make sure he is up and ready to go. And while he is limping here, it's good not to see a serious injury to such a much needed player here.
Yeah, the trainer from Fremont Therapy Group is out there, and they're walking him over to the table and maybe do a little massage here. 3:34 to go, 3rd period of play, 2nd down, about 8 yards to go. Twin receivers off to the near side. There's the handoff to Gomez. He's caught and collared at the line of scrimmage. Now that's how you tackle.
It is, but it did come after a missed tackle. They just only got one hand on him and tried to rip him down, and he got pushed down. So while they did get the second tackle, that first tackle that was missed, they're lucky that was able to get, what did they only get there, 1 yard?
No, they didn't get any yards. Zero.
They moved it a little bit
That's
further.
the first carry that Gomez has had out of 13 where he didn't gain any yardage.
And that is a testament to how well Lander has been preparing for this.
3 minutes to go. Third period of play. Here's a big third down play, 3rd and 7. Everyone in tight for the Green River Wolves. Under center, here's the pitch. Goes to Gomez on the far side. He's caught and brought down. Oh, that's going to be face mask or a horse collar.
The way he went down, his whole body was in the air horizontally, and he got dragged down by his helmet. So I would imagine.
You just can't do that, Tigers. Here, you're giving Green River chance after chance after chance.
Think about it. This Green River possession,
it would have ended right there.
Well, it would have ended down there if they had not already had. So they're just giving Green River more and more opportunities to score and tie this game up. And it's going to be a first down on the
penalty. It goes into Lander territory now, and the ball is going to be placed at the 44-yard line in Lander territory on the penalty. So a lot of penalties here, giving Green River some new life. They only trail by 7. Lander 14, Green River 7. Now Green River with new life at the Lander 44. Hash mark, far side. Receivers, Twins on the right, single on the left. In the shotgun is Hintz. There's the snap, fakes the handoff, runs straight ahead, and is collared right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, he got shoved down by the defense there. I mean, he hit a wall and just went vertically 90 degrees the opposite direction. So
yeah, he's only going to get 1 yard on that play. Second down, 9 yards to go. Clock now at 2:10 in the third period on our KFCW broadcast, and if you're watching on YO Today YouTube.
And don't forget, our YO Today radio networks, we've had a little bit of ups and downs because we've moved the stations. We're pretty much at full capacity, full strength now. And Riverton is on 93.9. We're on 93.1. Thermopolis on 101.7 tonight.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Under center. Here's the handoff. Goes to the second man through. That's a player we haven't seen for a while. And that is 22, J.D. Walford.
Oh, we got to fight. We got multiple flags. Big fight between, looks like Caden Rowan.
The Tigers players are trying to rip the Lander player away. We'll have offsetting penalties here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Coach Burton is out on the field.
I don't want to misspeak, but I think I saw Caden Rowan throw a punch, which I would imagine is a disqualification. But him and 33 and 72 for Green River, they were getting each other's grills there. And now the white hat after a loss
of two on the play.
And where are we putting this ball? They're telling Lander to move backwards, which means this might just be a penalty on Caden. They're still talking it over, and he's still trying to talk.
They haven't had a here it is, dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Green River, dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Lander. The penalties will offset, and we'll replay third down and 9 yards to go from the 44-yard line, 43-yard line.
That's about as lucky as you can get when you know you have a big penalty coming your way. You kind of hope for Green River to be just as foolish as you, if you want to use that word. But you never really need to get in a scrum when you have your helmets on. Are you going to break your hand?
Well, this is something that Coach Burton's going to have to work on. You don't want these kind of penalties in a game, and that's about the fourth bad penalty Landers had in this game.
Again, lucky that they were able to get it offset.
Here's a long pass downfield, out of bounds, incomplete, 4th down and 9. That was a good long pass. It went about 40 yards, but it was out of bounds. Didn't have the accuracy on it.
No, it did not. There's no wind to blame right now, but the wind is blowing that direction in it's not nearly as bad as earlier, but that was some arm strength on display there. He just didn't get it inside the sticks enough.
Gomez back to punt from about the 42-yard line. Is that Jubber back there? I can't read the number.
I
it's
would
kind of
imagine
dark
after
in that end zone.
No, that's Bodie Moffitt and
that's
Juber.
Bodie and Juber, okay. Here's the snap and the kick, and it's headed toward no one. As it bounces, oh, it's going to be down inside the 5-yard line at the 3. Great defensive rush or offensive push there by the Green River Wolves, and Landers got 97 yards to pay dirt. Landers got the ball at their own 3-yard line in the shadow of their goalpost. Everyone is in tight. Here's the handoff, goes straight up the middle. Good yardage, maybe 4, maybe 5 yards. Looks like it goes up to about the 7-yard line, and if it's so, that'll be a 4-yard gain.
That's just going to be what they want to do, especially at the end here as we see Caden Rowan come back in alongside Landon Jones. But they're gonna try some running right here in the inside. 55 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Lander leading 14-7 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Tigers come up, second down, 6 yards to go after that 4-yard gain. Under center is Moffitt. Moffitt with the handoff to the first man through, very close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. They might have it.
And that was Rowan trying to make up for the penalty a minute ago, and he gets it for the first down.
Yeah, first down for Rowan. That's great.
That was a strong, good push.
At the 14-yard line, 7 yards on the play. He now has 35 yards in the game on 4 carries.
And as a fullback, you just don't see them get many yardage. Most people use them in short gain situations, but Coach Burton, he loves the fullback position. He's very old school when it comes to that. He wants to use his fullback almost as much, if not more, than his running back.
Down to 10 seconds to go in the third period. We'll have time for one more play, maybe, down to 5. Man in motion. There's the handoff, and it goes nowhere.
I think he faked the handoff and kept it, went right, and now it is the end of the third quarter.
I think. No gain on the play. That's the end of the third period of play. Lander 14, Green River 7, back after this.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton. If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Let's go, all Fremont County athletes. I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
Back again as we start the fourth quarter. Lander with a 7-point lead. Tigers, there's the handoff up the middle. Going to get some yardage all the way up to the 19-yard line. Trying to see who that was, and that was 31.
That's
that's
Caden Rowan.
Caden Rowan. So Caden gets it up to the, where do they call it up? They're going to say the 18-yard line. 4-yard gain by Rowan. And Rowan now has 14 yards on 4 carries, unofficially. Tigers come up. Third down, 6 yards to go. Big play here for the Tigers. They need to keep that clock running. Here's the handoff. Nothing doing. Up only to the 19-yard line.
And this was the offense that we were afraid of seeing after last week, because they just weren't getting enough push in the middle for them to continually be able to use that inside run. And right now, when they're down and they're being pushed up against the wall, that seems to be the only way that Coach Burton likes to go, and that's a quick run inside. And right there, you just see it not working.
Joel Jubber back to punt the ball from the 5-yard line.
Oh, it goes high.
Rolls in into and out of the end zone. Safety. It'll be 14-9, and now the Tigers have to punt it to Green River. Not the way you wanted that to happen. Okay, safety, a high snap. And
Cody 21, Riverton 0 right now. They are working without their star quarterback, Derek DeVries. He got injured on the very first play of last week's game against Powell. He ended up having a spectacular game, though. He threw 2 touchdowns. One of them was one of the prettiest passes you will ever see in your life. He threw it through 3 defenders on his back leg, and it landed perfectly into the hands of his receiver. But today, not playing, and they're not playing because, well, A, he's hurt, and B, Cody, there's just no stopping Cody unless you are maybe Cody's B team, and even then, I don't think you're going to be stopping Cody soon.
Well, for the second game in a row, Shawn, we've had a bad snap that goes out the back of the end zone. 2 safeties in 2 games. That's really odd.
It is, and we have a final from Tongue River. Thermopolis loses 24-0 in their first game under Boone Bowker. That is not how they want to start, but their team has a lot more kids than they've had in previous years. They're just a lot of young, inexperienced kids. They'll get there.
So the Tigers will kick off from the 20-yard line. Going deep back is J.D. Walther for the Green River Wolves.
Who's that kicking? We're going to have to get a holder here as number 34. We haven't called his name in a while, but that's Braden Baker.
Braden
Boy,
Baker,
he had a big
kick.
first half to not do anything in the third quarter.
Okay. And the football falls off the tee. They're going to have someone hold it. So coming over there to hold it is Parker Burton.
The wind's really not that bad. It is coming from behind us, though, so we have this nice press box that's blocking our wind finally.
Braden Baker with the kick now. Here he approaches the ball. Long kick, and it's going to come down, and it's fumbled at the 20, 30-yard line, but he gets a lot of running room, and he's still going at the 40, at the 50-yard line, and down goes the runner, and that for Caden Steen for the Green River Wolves, and giving them excellent field position at midfield.
Yeah, sometimes when you're on a kicking team and you see the return man drop the ball, there's 2 things that go through your mind. 1, can I speed up and get to the ball before he does? And 2, is he going to pick it up and run, or is he just going to land on it? And right there, he picked it up and ran, and I don't think Lander was in a good position. I think 2 of them were thinking about jumping on the ball, and the other 2 were not even near the range of tackling. So that's how he was able to get 20 yards off a fumbled kick return there.
Well, that safety really changes the complexion of this game. 1st and 10, Green River, 10.5 minutes to go. Man in motion, stops in the slot, under center. There's the handoff to Gomez. Gomez on the left-hand side. He's got running room. He's got a first down and more. 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line. 31-yard line. A big gainer on the play, 17 yards by Gomez.
And that was the Gomez we were afraid of seeing in the second half. We didn't get a big run from him in the third quarter, but he starts off this fourth quarter with a big one there, and that is exactly what Lander did not want to see.
Well, here we have big old Mo is starting to change now. 10-18 to go in the game. Lander leads by 5 points. First down at the 31-yard line. Hintz, pitch out to the near side. Oh, trip, big loss on the play. Back to the 34, 33-yard line, and that was Gomez who takes the loss.
Good job by Braden Baker to get in the backfield again. He's been able to get off the outside edge with just so much speed, and he just really did a good job wrapping up there. There was no way that he was missing that tackle, and even if he did, he had two other Tigers right behind him that joined in on the tackle at the end.
Tiger defense needs to get stiff here. 9.5 minutes to go in the game, and they lead by 5, 14-9 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Football smack dab in the middle of the field here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Bill Bush was my PE teacher in junior high school at the old
Don't
South
age yourself
Elementary.
on the radio here. We got a flag. It might be a delay of game. Lander didn't move.
Yep, it's delay of game. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll move them back to the 36 on the penalty. Stops the clock with 9:14 to go in the game. Lander by 5, 14-9. So it's now a second down, 19 yards to go for Green River.
I'm hearing a lot more Green River fans on this side of the bleachers.
Well, they can see a little bit better over here.
They definitely can.
Bleachers on the far side only go up about 5 rows, and then you got the team standing in front of them. So
that was probably purposely put like that.
Okay, we have whistles and
maybe a timeout.
Timeout by Green River. First timeout of the half, and we'll be back in Lander after this.
The Stock Dock is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Dock.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Here we go in the shotgun from the 39-yard line. Hintz back to pass. Lickas to his left. He's got a man and is caught right at the 32-yard line. It will not be good enough. It'll be fourth down and about 12 to go.
I believe that was Adrian Ruiz, number 14, that caught that ball, and it was. And, you know, I got to say, I love Lander's helmets, but I think Green River's pretty cool themselves over there. And it's going to be...
Okay, here's a big play of the game. Oh, it's third down now. I'm sorry. It was second down before on that pass play.
3rd and 13. Big play here.
Back to passes. Hintz. Long pass down court. It's caught. Caught down at the 23-yard line. Not enough for the first down. It'll be fourth down, but short yardage, about 4th and 4 to go.
That was Axel McKinnon on the grab. He had to jump and get it at the high point, and luckily Hunter Smith-Velarde was right behind him to bring him to the ground before he even touched it with his feet. So good hands by McKinnon to keep the ball. Good awareness by Hunter Velarde to get him to the ground before he was even close to the first down marker.
Tell you what, here's a big play for the Lander defense, and we have timeout on the floor, on the field. 7:45 to go, Lander by 5. Fourth down for Green River. They need 3 yards to go. Let's listen to this.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste services Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Pret.
4th down, 3 yards to go. Big play for the Tiger defense. Long count. Here's the snap. Rolling off to the left. Big pursuit. The pass is knocked away. Lander takes over on downs. A big defensive play, Shawn.
That was huge, and now Lander's offense can really control the rest of this game. If they can just get a couple first downs, this game could be over before Green River ever smells the ball again. But right now, it has got to be in the hands of Bodie Moffitt. And it's got to be the right play calls here. If you run 3 straight inside runs and they don't get more than a couple yards, you're going to give Green River the ball back with just over maybe 5 minutes if you were to take all the time in the world. And that's being optimistic there. They need to get some points if they can, obviously, but they need to control this ball for a minimum of 5 minutes.
Lander at their own 24-yard line. Everyone is bunched in tight. 7:39 to go in the game. Handoff goes to the second man through. And not much yardage there. Gets up to the 25. Well, yeah, it was Moffitt. Yeah, he's got a pretty deceptive handoff there.
He does. That's kind of the whole point of Coach Burton's offense is you never know who has the ball. It could be the fullback that he fakes it off to, or it could be the running back that's running around the edge, or it could be the wide receiver coming out with a pitch. There's so many people that can get the ball, but it is a run-first offense here, so every defense knows that they pretty much are going to be blocking run blockers more than they are they're going to be doing pass rush there.
Lander needs more than 1 yard though on first down. Puts him in a hole. Here we go. There's the handoff, and it goes to the left-hand side or right-hand side up to the 30-yard line. And that is I can't see those numbers. They're black on green. So it'll be a gain of 4 yards on the play. I think that was Burton that carried it that time.
So Juber's coming in. Typically when you bring Juber in and you take someone out like Bryce Mason, which they are, and they're also taking out number 14, Juan Rivera, they're going big, which means it could be big blockers, or they could be trying to get some big tight end pass in here on 3rd and 5 with 6:15 to go in the 4th.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. 1 man in motion. Here's the pitch back, and he's got not enough yardage and a flag.
Oh, no, I think
down.
he got it at the last second. He made a big push behind number 77, but there is a flag, and it looks like it will be a hold.
Oh, that's too bad because he made enough yardage for the first down, which would have kept the clock going. Now they're going to march him back 10 yards.
Yeah, he started to look like he was going down about 1.5 yards shy, and then he ended up, I think, just holding on to the tailwind of number 77, and he ended up getting that yardage, but
that's
they're
the
pushing
7th
back.
Big penalty against Lander in this game, something Coach Burton's going to have to work on.
Yeah, we're going to have to tally up some penalty yards at the end of this game because no matter who wins or who loses, that is going to be the name of the game today, penalties and penalty yards, especially on offense. If you have penalties on defense, you're just giving the other team opportunities. You're getting penalties on offense, you are giving yourself less opportunities.
Well, here we have 3rd and 15 to go now for the Tigers. We're at 6 minutes left in the game. Lander holding on precariously to a 5-point lead. 14-9. Tigers have the ball in the middle of the field. Same formation, everyone in tight. 1 man in motion. There's a pitch on the outside. Got a little bit of running room. Got more running room, but just short of the first down across the 30-yard line.
And that was Hunter Smith-Velarde.
Hunter Smith-Velarde carrying there.
I think he got about 12 yards, give or take.
Yeah, he sure did. He got 12.
Now, do they even risk it for the biscuit? Looks like they're not. They're going to send Bodie or Juber out to punt. I apologize. My clock is a minute fast. I have never seen it go that fast, but it's 5:15 to go in this game.
Okay, here's your critical defensive set for the Tigers. There's the punt. It bounces, goes down, and is going to be dropped at the 34-yard line.
So what did we say if they were
36-yard line?
So what did we say if they were not going to get many first downs and they were just going to try and run up the middle, waste some clock, they were going to give this team back the ball with about 5 minutes left. And what do you know? There's 5 minutes and 3 seconds left.
To go.
Plenty of time for Green River to really utilize some runs and some passes This could be the final possession for all we know. If Green River were to play this the smart way, Lander just needs to play some lights-out defense like they've been playing all night.
Like they did in the first 3 series against Cody last week.
Yes, if they could get a turnover here, it could be game over, but that's a big if as they line up now.
36-yard line in their own territory. Here's the misdirection, and it goes ahead for a couple of yards, maybe 1, not that much. And players unstacking there.
You know, I've said it.
And that was the quarterback keeper by Hintz.
I've said it before, but I think Lander might have one of the prettiest fields with the prettiest backdrops you've ever seen in your life. Coming from Kansas City, this is nothing. We have our football fields pinned between a couple different big buildings.
Yeah.
You guys, we have them out here right in front of
the Wind River Range.
Yeah.
It was a 2-yard gain, clock moving, 4.5 minutes to go. Second down, 8 yards to go. Tiger defense looking to stiffen here. Wide receivers wide on each side, 1 man in the slot. Under center is Hintz. There's the snap back, a pitch, and he gets away from one, but not away from another. He goes down behind the line or right at the original line of scrimmage.
The clock management in this game is definitely something to behold because both coaches like to run the ball.
And it's a loss on the play to the 37-yard line, a 2-yard loss on the play. Clock is moving, 3:45, Lander by 5, third down, 9 yards to go. Twin receivers on the right, single receiver on the left. In the shotgun formation is Hintz. There's the snap back, quick pass is caught and immediately brought down. No, he gets away. Oh,
I think he's got the first down. Boy.
No, I think they're going to call him out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It'll be fourth down.
That was still a heck of a second effort to even get across.
And that was 15. That was Christian Lee. So it's going to be at the 36-yard line. So the pass goes for 7 yards. And it goes
4th and 2. This could be the game here with 3:25 to go.
Whistle, timeout. Lander calls timeout. And we'll be back with the final 3:25 right after this.
Midway is an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect the best.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac coupe.
Okay, here we go, 4th and 2. Tigers quarterback sneak, first down.
And that's exactly what I figured they would probably do, especially with the short yardage situation like that.
So Hintz gets it, and he moves it up to the 40 or the 49-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play by Hintz. And now Green River is in great field position. They're at midfield. They've got 3 minutes to go. Tiger defense, 4-man on the front line. Everyone in tight for Green River. Under center. There's the snap. The fake pitch. And he's caught behind the line but gets away. He's at the 50-yard line, and that's going to be, he falls forward to the 47.
They could have called that play dead a while ago, but they let him get about 3 yards.
So they're going to mark the ball at the 47-yard line. So that will be 3-4 yards on the gain by the quarterback. Okay, here we go. Second down. 6 yards to go. 14-9. Lander leading by 5. 2:46 to go. Clock is stopped.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't see them stop the clock there. He did go out of bounds, though, so that's on me. 2:46 to go. 14-9. That's a heck of a score right now.
Under center, here's the snap. Pass is caught downfield. Good pass that time in the open flat, and carrying it was Christian Lee. And that's not enough for the first down, but it'll be 3rd down. And this will go for 4 yards. And Lee gets his second pass reception of the game. Okay, 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Big play for the Lander defense, 2:20 to go in the game. There's the snap back. Hintz back to pass. Long pass downfield is caught. And it's down at the 35-yard line, a first down. Another 7-yard gain by Hintz on the pass play.
These quick passes are working so well against Lander, who's still expecting a form of a run. They are just getting up and down. As soon as the quarterback is able to take 2 steps back, he's looking for his first read, and every single time it's being open.
30 yards in passing now. Back to pass again. Pass in the middle is almost intercepted. Boy, that was a bullet.
That was. And I don't think he knew how hard he was throwing it, because he would have put a little bit more finesse on it if he didn't.
That was a Patrick Mahomes bullet there.
Oh, he doesn't throw that hard. It's Brett Favre, I remember when I was younger, who threw the velocity record, I believe, for a football, and that's exactly what I expect from someone that is in a little bit of a high-pressure situation.
Under 2 minutes to go in the game now. 2nd down, 10 yards to go for Green River. They're at the Lander 35. It's getting exciting here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. In the shotgun, back to pass. Long pass downfield is intercepted and dropped, and a flag comes out.
That's going to be pass interference because the player didn't turn his head.
Went right over his back.
And that's going to be
Lander's
a killer.
giving this to Green River on penalties.
That's going to be a killer for Lander.
That's the 8th big penalty against the Tigers. This is going to be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
And I just wonder exactly,
pass interference.
The player that was over the back of the wide receiver had a better look at it than the player that was actually guarding the wide receiver, and he would be the one that would be didn't turn his head in time. And I just wonder exactly what would have happened if he did, because it could have been picked off by either of them.
Okay, 1st down, 10 to go, minute 51. Green River at the 20-yard line of Lander. Everyone in tight. One man in the slot. Under center. Hintz pitches to Gomez. Gomez on the left-hand side gets about 7 yards. Pushed out of bounds to stop the clock at a minute 46.
This is getting a little touchy-feely here on defense. Lander obviously has a stronger defensive push at the line, but when it gets into their DBs and their secondary, they're just letting a lot more through than they were earlier in the game. Could be attrition, it could be anything, but right now with 1:46, you got to hold the field here. You are only 15 yards away from letting this big win turn into a loss.
Okay, 2nd down, 5 yards to go from the 15-yard line. Minute 46 to go. Green River knocking on the door. Hintz under center for the Wolves. Whistle and a timeout called by Green River. Well, we're going to take the timeout too. Lander 14, Green River 9, but the Wolves knocking at the door.
Up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Welcome back. 1:46 to go in the game. Lander is up by 5. It's 2nd and 5. Green River on the 15-yard line, 15 yards away from pay dirt.
Here's Hintz. There's a pitch. Goes back on the near side. He's got some running room. Stops, turns direction.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got an open field on the other side. He's at the 10, the 5, and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. He tried to go right and then changed direction. There was no one there. And he's inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. First and goal to go.
And, you know, at first I thought him turning back around was a bad idea, but then I saw how much open field he had in front of him. And next thing I knew, I thought Lander was going to get scored on. And, you know, with 92 seconds to go, they're hoping on to a lot. They're holding on to a lot of prayers and hopes right now.
Okay, first down, goal to go. 92 seconds to go in the game. Wolves come up to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by Lander.
That's probably a smart timeout, and I think we'll take it with them. 14-9, 92 seconds to go. Green River 2 yards away from scoring.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Back again at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Lander with a 5-point lead, but Green River first and goal at the 3-yard line. Green River under center is Hintz. I formation.
Lander has no
Long
more timeouts.
Count. There's a caught behind the line of scrimmage, a 3-yard loss back to the 5-yard line.
Boy, what a stop. Who was that? That was Hunter Smith Velarde in the background. He went on that cornerback sneak, as they like to call it. He came up from his safety position, cornerback position, whatever he was in right there, and he just came right off the edge and stopped number 2 in his tracks. That'd be Axel McKinnon.
Boy, we've got under a minute to go now. Well, just at a minute to go. Green River would love to score and take the lead right here. Tiger defense on their toes. Four men front at the 5-yard line. Hintz under center. Rolls back. There's a pitch to Gomez, and he breaks free. Touchdown. With 43 seconds to go, Green River takes the lead, 16-14. Oh, my goodness gracious.
15-14.
15, I'm sorry.
Well, do you go for 2 here and make it a field goal, or do you just go ahead and go in and trust your defense? If you're Green River, you got 43 seconds. Lander won't get the ball back until about 40 seconds. And right now, I'm seeing 2 quarterbacks that aren't Bodie Moffitt warming up. And remember, we did mention earlier how Coach Burton said one of his quarterbacks has an arm, one has a set of legs, and one has really great field vision. I just imagine it's not going to be Parker Burton because he definitely has the legs. And we watched Bodie Moffitt throw up a couple ducks earlier that could have been touchdowns. So I'm thinking maybe we'll see number 11, Paxton Hollingshed.
Well, 43, so let's keep it right here.
Green
Shawn.
River called a timeout. I think they're thinking the same thing we are. If they get the 2-point conversion, it's a field goal. It would be hard, don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't be impossible for Lander to go down the field, kick a field goal. But if they just go for 2 and that were to happen, they lose the game and all this long drive was for nothing.
Well, I tell you what, the Tigers have done it to themselves. Untimely penalties have really hurt the Tigers tonight.
That is going to be where Coach Burton probably really hones in on during practice. He's going to make sure to catch anyone that might be holding, or he's really going to deter pass interference. After today, I don't think that we should see another pass interference call if Coach Burton has anything to do with it.
They're going to go for 2.
And that's probably the smartest idea they can do.
Okay, Green River going for 2 with 43 seconds to go.
4 wide receivers, 2 on each side.
Hintz under center, rolls back, pitches it to Gomez, and the play is broken up by the Tigers. The pitch went astray. So with 43 seconds to go, it's Green River 15, Lander 14.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Joel Jubber is deep for the Lander Valley Tigers. They now trail by a point. It's 15-14 with 43 seconds left to go in the game. Gomez to kick it off from his own 40-yard line, and he squibs it. Goes right downfield to the 28-yard line, picked up by the Tigers. They fumble the ball, and Green River recovers, and that's the game.
And that is why you squib it. You get it into the hands of someone that's not used to running the ball back, and that will do it for the Lander Tigers. They had this game in their hands from the beginning of halftime and just fumbled it away, literally and figuratively.
Should we call them the Lander Huskers?
Well, they may not be giving up that many second half leads, but today, that's what happened.
Fumble on the kickoff return on the squib kick, just what Green River wanted to happen. Green River's in victory formation with 37 seconds to go. There's the snap and the touchdown, and the clock's going to run out. No sense for Lander to take a timeout.
Probably not.
Because they don't have any left.
No, they don't, yeah.
Well, so that's going to be the final score. Green River snaps a 3-game losing streak to Lander. It's Green River 15 and Lander 14. And tell you what, the coaches are going to have a lot to talk to the teams about, or the team about now. This was another learning experience for a very inexperienced Lander Tiger team. Congratulations to Coach Christensen, gets his first win as the Green River coach.
And I think this is a perfect time. We're going to go ahead and send it to commercials. We're going to go see if we can get a player or maybe even Coach Burton after this. We'll be right back here on 93.1 KFCW and WYO Today's YouTube page.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber. You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton. If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
Let's go, all Fremont County athletes. I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
The Stock Dock is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Dock.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste services Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Ernie Over and Shawn O'Brate back at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium here in Lander. A heartbreaking loss tonight. The Tigers had the lead all the way up to the last 43 seconds of the game. You know, it was that safety that really hurt the Tigers when the ball was snapped over the head of Juber for the punt there late in the game. And Green River came down thanks to 75 yards in penalties for the Tigers that really handed the game to Green River at very inopportune times. The Tigers had 2 personal foul penalties. They had 2 pass interference penalties. They had 1 unsportsmanlike conduct that was canceled out. But the Tigers are going to need to have a little bit more discipline, Shawn O'Brate.
Excuse me. Yes, not only more discipline, they're just going to have to focus on what the team is trying to make them do. If they're trying to get them into a 50-50 ball that they know they might be able to get pass interference, you have to recognize that and not fall for it. And they fell for a lot of things tonight. Granted, Green River fell for quite a few false starts, so those hard counts really got them. But there's a lot that can be said about this team that was really good tonight, and there can be a lot said about this team that they could really improve on starting next week.
Well, let's take a look at our statistics here on the Click It or Ticket postgame show. First of all, for the Green River Wolves, they were led in rushing by Gomez, 16 carries, 127 yards. The next nearest runner was Pingree, who had 2 carries for 23 yards. Rasheen had 2 for 7 yards. Heinz, the quarterback, had 10 carries for 13 yards. Smith, 2 carries for 3 yards. And Lee, 1 carry for 15 yards. In the passing department, Green River was 7 of 11 in the passing department for 63 yards. Rats had 24 yards on 2 receptions. Gomez had 8 yards on 2 receptions. Moore had 12 yards on 1 reception. Race had 8 yards on 1 carry, and Lee had 16 yards on 2 carries. So for a total, they had 173 yards rushing, did Green River, and
88 yards passing.
And 88 yards. 60.
3 yards, sorry.
How did I do that? Yeah, 251 yards total offense.
I'm looking at your chicken scratch there.
Yeah,
That's
251 yards total offense.
Before you get into that, I want to get into our Gatorade play of the game because we will have to give a Gatorade out here, and I want to do it before Coach Burton joins us.
Right.
This was the first touchdown of the Lander Tigers 2023 season as called by Ernie Over. Me out. It's 5 minutes to go. 3-yard line here.
Here's the pitch, goes in the middle, touchdown Tigers! And running it in for the Tigers is Braden Baker. He now has 98 yards on 9 carries, and the Tigers are within a point of tying the game.
Well, they tied the game, Ernie. They just
they
and they even got up in the game, 14-7. They just, when I had a bad feeling when Green River punted it away. We fumbled the punt at the 50-yard line. There were 5 minutes left after we gave them the ball back after a 3-and-out. it's just you kind of felt the air being sucked out of the stadium, and there's not a lot you can do when that happens. You can try it. You can try as a team to get over it, to try and push through it, but when you feel it, there's got to be someone on the team that feels it more than others. And whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the defensive players, someone's feeling it and it can affect them in ways, and that could lead to fumbled kickoffs like we saw, or penalties, stupid penalties like the defenseless player hit down here from Hunter Velarde. There was a couple calls that also could have been made in both teams' favors, but the refs kind of held their whistles for a little bit, especially in that third quarter.
Yeah, I thought it was a well-officiated game. I mean,
so did I.
The calls that were made were deserved calls by all means. 75 yards unofficially in penalties for Lander. Lander had 4 turnovers, and you can't have 4 turnovers and win a game.
No, and especially when those turnovers are in such bad positions too.
I mean, the first one was a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the ball got knocked away at the 5-yard line, recovered by Green River at the 2. And that would have made all the difference in the world, because Lander would have been up 7-0 at that point, or 8-0, depending on what they did. So, but yeah, that was the turnovers were tough.
Yeah, and that was our Gatorade play of the game. I think you were about to give us stats for Lander, and that'll lead really nicely into our Papa Murphy's player of the game.
Bodie Moffitt had 10 carries for 37 yards. Caden Rowan had 5 carries for 16 yards. Baker had 10 carries for 99 yards. Smith Velarde, 3 carries for 27 yards. And Burton had 5 carries for 39 yards. Moffitt completed 2 passes, both to Mason for 27 yards. Lander ended up unofficially 245 yards with offense, just 6 yards less than the Green River Wolves. And joining us now on the Click It or Ticket post-game show is Coach Jim Burton of the Lander Tigers. Coach, not the way you wanted the game to go.
No. Again, we played better on, I think, both sides of the ball, obviously, but you got to take advantage of some opportunities we had opportunities in the first half to score, and we threw them away. And we can't take anything for granted, and then come out the second half, and they were physical and flying around on defense. And we've got to be able to sustain blocks no matter how tired we think we are.
Yeah, we noticed the Tigers were having trouble with blocking there in that first half. They were there, and they could have had the big loss yardage, but the Green River players got away.
Yeah, well, and then tackling too. So we just got to wrap up and tackle. We got to realize, hey, we're taking advantage that, we got a sack, 15-yard loss. No, they're getting a 20-yard gain because we slow up or we cheat inside. And we get a call to go our way one way or the other. This is a whole different game, but we can't count on that.
Boy, I tell you what, the one that really hurt was the fumble down at the 5-yard line when we had a sure touchdown. Yeah. And the ball got knocked away, and Green River recovered it.
Yeah, and it's a young guy trying to make a play, and he just didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
Well, and Coach, my biggest thing I noticed was there was quite a bit of penalties, especially in that first half, and they seemed to really set you guys back. You would get a first down, but it'd be called back, or you'd have a good kickoff return, but it was called, a defenseless hit. There's a lot of penalties, and I'm sure that's something you can try and fix in practice, but it really only shows up in the game, and that's when you have to really work on it.
Yeah, and they came and bit us really hard. I think we had 9 or 10 penalties, and most of them were, the 10 to 15-yard variety. They weren't. We didn't have a lot. We didn't have procedure penalties. I think we were offsides once on defense, but most of them, they're the 15-yard personal fouls, and we had a couple face masks and, some horse collar stuff that I want to see on film. We got a 50-50 ball that we get called for pass interference. But again, we can't let it be that close, and we can't let an official decide a game, which it didn't. But we can't be that close.
Right. The interesting thing about some of these calls, they were very, very close, and the discipline of the team is important. And how do you work on discipline to keep from making those bad penalties?
So as we evaluate film, we see exactly what it is. And if we see on film that it wasn't a penalty, then we've just got to make sure we're dressing up, where our hands are, where we're pulling up, little things. But if it is a penalty, we're going to have to be held accountable, and we're going to have to take care of it in practice as far as either extra conditioning or extra work seeing that play, right? Oh, hey, they're going to go over the top in this situation. How do I defend it without getting a pass interference? How do I tackle? The face mask is you're tackling too high.
Right.
And so that's an emphasis. We got to tackle lower, and we got to block longer. We got to play football.
Yeah, it's a pretty good defensive pursuit on their quarterback, who was pretty mobile tonight.
Again, the defense really, you think about it, they scored 15 points, and they were on the field, 80 plays in the second half. So really, to only give up really one score by the defense in the second half, excuse me.
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
a great time. That's a great defense. But offense, we've got to get first downs and get to the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. But there was improvement this week over last, obviously.
Oh, yeah, night and day, different situations. But, again, we've got to take advantage of the things we're given.
Yeah, that's true. And Green River did take advantage of those.
Yeah.
Of their opportunities.
They used the most of what we gave them. And credit to them, they stuck it out, and they get the W.
Yep. Okay, Coach, thanks for your coming up. Shawn, anything else you'd like to ask? No? Okay, well, Coach Jim Burton, the Lander Valley Tigers, thanks for coming up today. And we'll be on the scene with you again next week.
All right. Go Tigers.
Good. You get. Go Tigers. And we've got Player of the Game certificate to give there, so we'll do that. And the Tigers... next game, Shawn, we're going to have, let's see, let me get my schedule here.
I believe it's
I should know this by heart.
By heart, yeah.
Yeah. Where did we go? There's 3A, 4A, 3A West. Lander will play Powell, right? Next week.
That's a good guess, as it is Powell, Lander.
Powell
It'll
will
be
Lander, yeah.
6 p.m. this same time, this same place, 93.1 KFCW and WYO Today's YouTube page. We're going to be sharing airtime with Riverton at Evanston, Thermopolis at Thermopolis playing Kimmerer, and then our first small school game of the week, thanks to Wind River and Saratoga's game being canceled yesterday. Our first small school game of the week is going to be Wyoming Indian versus Riverside, and I was actually able to witness a Wyoming Indian game today before I came here. I saw Adriano was able to get an interception right when I got there.
Right.
And boy, you only see Wyoming Indian high school's bleachers really full about the first couple weeks of the season, and it was full and it was loud. They still lost today, but you can see a lot of improvement on the team, and they are working without their starting quarterback, so that'll be a fun game next week for Kevin Shields to call on 99.1.
Well, thank you for joining us on the Click It or Ticket postgame show this evening, and an interview with Coach Jim Burton from the Lander Tigers. This goes down officially as his first loss since last week was a 0-week game. So he starts the year 0-1, and then tell you what, Powell's always a tough team to play, but we've got them here in Lander.
Yeah, and Green River didn't seem like a tough out, but they were, and it's just, it all depends on how you play the game on the field. Lander played a really good game today on both sides of the ball. As we mentioned, the penalties are what killed them, and just the inopportune times to give away the ball. Those were the big things. If you can fix even half of those fumbles or half of those penalties, and I think Lander walks away with a W today.
Yeah, you win the game, yeah.
For sure.
But just too many opportunities for the Green River Wolves, and they took advantage of them.
Yes, they did.
Our final score tonight from Bell Bush Stadium on our Click It or Ticket postgame show was the Green River Wolves 15 and the Lander Tigers 14. Shawn?
Yeah, and I just appreciate everyone listening. We will be back here same time next week, like I said, 93.1 KFCW, and you can find a full write-up of this story in the Wednesday edition of the Lander Journal as well as the Ranger. We'll have some pictures, we'll obviously have some quotes and some stats, and we'll get you ready for next week's game against Powell, which is sure to be a good one.
Who was back at the studio today? I forgot.
Miss Leanne.
Miss Leanne Sanderson. Leanne, thank you very much for riding herd on us this evening. Again, a tough loss for the Lander Tigers, but they're showing a lot of improvement, and let's hope they can continue to do so. On behalf of Click It and Ticket, our sponsors here in the postgame show, this is Ernie over bidding you a fond farewell from Lander. We'll be here again next week with Shawn O'Brate. And let's send it back to the studio and Leanne.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Peretz.
Midway is at an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect the best.